us here as we get into game one of Meant to Be versus Wildcard. And of course, if you're just joining us, I am Malibu, and I'm joined by Kips tonight at 3 a.m. local time for her, and just the crack of the evening for me. We're going to walk you through this game one as a smoke comes out from both teams with the wild wraparound. B-God spots it out, though, so fended off this first smoke play.
Fully evaded. For a while, we saw much later smokes, presumably so that any kills that you might get would actually interfere with the laning stage, and so that any wards that you would place with them would last properly until the first rune spawns. But it seems like we've fully reverted back to getting those smokes out all the way at the start.
Yeah, and Fade remaining in the fountain through that first wolf summon and the second resummon wants to start with full mana. Now joining the fray, back for the bounty runes. Bit of half and half positioning from both teams here as we see the Morphling take on the Lycan. Tony arriving, learning curves, so no spells right off rip. And the Bramble Maze coming out. Will he catch? Okay, Big Ogre caught by one. A nice body block with the wolf onto Fade. A lot of damage onto that Ogre.
I mean, he's got pretty great regen, but still spending some of his tangles already.
Yeah, he used to have way better regen, right? And then they flipped it into armor.
Yep.
Yeah. How do you feel about that change? Are you ever an ogre player, Kips?
Yeah, actually, because it's one of the great enablers for your big right-clicking carries, right? And I'm very much a position 5 player, so ogre used to be up. Also, I used to, in a far past, I used to work with Ohio. Ohio loved to play this hero off lane, so I did try that a couple of times as well. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, nice. Maybe we'll see an ogre off lane later if they're feeling a little crazy here. But top lane matchup, B-God getting the business off of this menace damage buff from Shadow Demon. Really adds up, increases all incoming damage. Gotta be careful with your trades here.
Yep, we do have the Misanthropy on B-God, so he deals a metric ton of damage.
Yeah.
And it's also going to help protect him against those Alpha Wolves, which indeed are also going to be online from the Lycan.
Oh, love to see it. And first blood. Rare first blood given up by RCY in the mid lane. One in Shockwave, one in Skewer. That will do it here for Alone.
He did not come to mess around.
No, it looks like Storm may have gotten a little aggressive on the denies and just stepped right in it. Tony now level 2, holding his point. Doesn't know if he wants to go stun or bloodlust just yet. We are out. B-God still level 1. Has the Misanthropy. Will get disrupted. The setup interrupted from Cloud. Stick helps him out here, but running that Diabolic Edict. They're forced back into the wave. Don't want to eat those explosions unmitigated. Big stick lane for both sides of the lane here.
Check.
Oh, we'll save it for game 2. Lotus is in 30. Tony catching a Bramble, but double king as well.
Hard to maneuver. And they're really putting the pressure on this top lane right now. Cloud making sure that they can't cross the distance towards his fragile support.
Yeah, battling for that hard camp there on both sides. Back in the bottom, gonna fade. Let's go in Wraithband into Treads. You think Treads are the move here, or do we want to save and invest for that Helm of Iron Will?
I think, especially versus the amount of magic damage that you're up against in the lane here, the Treads is probably better.
Excellent observation, Kids. Yeah, that Ogre gets quite punishing as it gets those levels. Level 5, you get multicast, and it's just unreal. And Cloud finally giving up the ghost here in the top lane. The eventual pressure from the Dire, too much to sustain. He just run out of sustain, I think. Or regen.
No, he's really been running at them, and this was also definitely a moment to, you've emptied out your mana pool. It's time to empty out your HP pool and come back full.
take a dip in the fountain. You know, one way
Yeah.
or the other. Double King eating it here. Big Num pouring out the damage with that throwing shade. And just fought back off the wave here. Wildcard dominating the bottom lane. Lycan leading the last hits.
Yeah, with some serious denies here as well. And at some point that is going to become a problem as oof.
Uh-oh. A pause there. You gotta wonder. Connection, PC issues at play?
Hopefully not. Hopefully that's just a cat on the keyboard or something like that. But no, I am a little worried about this bottom lane for Mint to be, because the Morphling and the Ogre, if you don't start getting, for example, some kills in on the Dark Willow here, you're just going to get outdone by this Lycan. He's out regenning you, he's out CSing you. He's going to be better at taking down these waves unless you're going to be ready to invest spells into actually pushing. You're not going to do that. You need that just to battle the heroes that are in front of you. So he's going to start nibbling on your tower pretty soon. And that really opens you up to things like, well, portal rotations from, for example, from speed, catching you under your tower when there's creeps already there. It's, you might even bring the DK over, depending on if you can get a good shot at that Morphling or not. It's going to be really hard for Mint to hold this bottom tower.
Absolutely. With all those units added, including the wolves, it's like this tower not really going to do a lot for you when it's got 20 targets to shoot. A full wave, 4 heroes, the summons. So what can Mint to be do when that shift happens? Do you just take Double King out of the lane and just do a full swap, bring the brew down? Or do you just have a full team brawl?
Well, depends, right? If the brew has a 6 already, yeah, you're gonna roll down there. If he doesn't, you just stay top. And like in general, I think it's better to stay top and take the tower of your own. The Morphling's going to do fine in the jungle, and of course the DK will do the same, but that's gonna happen regardless.
Yeah, DK will once he gets those levels up in his cleave, it's gonna be just cutting through the map, left and right.
He's a monster.
Doing all right here. 19-4 to the 14-4 brew. That first death certainly feels punishing.
It does. Let's see about the ace and all for both teams though. RCY shopping in the jungle for some extra CS. Alone completely invested into the shockwave actually. Interesting. None empowered just yet.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Second game in a row that we're seeing these mids that are challenging Wildcard just go for their wave clear, their farm.
And I mean, you can say that that's farm, but that's specifically lane farm, especially for a Magnus. You are so mana hungry. The Empower is just way better bang for your buck once you get into farming jungle a lot.
So does he feel like he just doesn't want to be like overly in the jungle here, that he wants to be able to connect to his supports once they get levels and combat like the Storm for the first active rune? What's
like, I'd imagine so.
Yeah.
Like the only reason that I can see to take the shockwave is if you're planning to be very active with it, and then having the nuke is absolutely going to do a lot more for you on these side lanes and on in these brawls than the Empower would.
Gotcha. Yeah, and RCY making the first move towards the active rune. But Yamson in the top lane with the absence of his support, suffering. Yeah, gonna lose the Lotus. RCY gets the Invis rune in the bottom. We see an RP coming out here. Big Num caught alone and afraid, but alone might just give up the ghost to RCY. You get one kill, but will you give up another? Invis pop, get a little bit of extra regen here. Will he live the skewer to save him across the sightline? And it will do the trick. RCY walks away unrewarded for his efforts.
At least RCY had a clarity going, but that is a lot of mana and a lot of time lost. Alone's actually going to be quite happy with that exchange.
Luckily for the Storm, though, catches. It looks like he didn't lose a wave under tower. Able to catch it and get back to business, getting that farm up. Now Mag gonna TP up top, actually, anticipating the contest of this Wisdom. Disruption coming out. He's got the skewer and will hold his ground.
Yeah.
Charging him towards the Ancients, yeah.
And yeah, that's where, you know, if you have the shockwave, you can do that.
True.
It's dead immediately. Let's see.
Bignum.
Let's see if it's gonna pay off. I'm very curious about the the way that Alone is playing this.
Yeah, I think you're going to be wanting to play with your buddies and get some help around the map. Bignum gets their own Wisdom Rune, so they give up one support, but, you know, they get the other. Her levels looking across the board. It actually looks like meant to be. It's got the level advantage here.
Yep, just about doing just a little bit better on that top lane, especially. Wonder how much his shockwave has to do with his lichen as well, clearing out those wolves from time to time.
It's good reasoning, I bet. Those wolves now up to level 3, so starting to get pretty beefy here.
And they're gonna get so much worse.
Yeah, and you know, I like the alpha wolves against these drafts that have these heroes that are just not like super mobile, but the Magnus able to cross a bunch of gaps, the Morphling able to waveform out, stop them right in their tracks. You know, gives you a little more catch that you don't have to itemize for, so it frees up the economy game.
I think it's ridiculous that you get a root.
That pierces debuff immunity, nonetheless.
Yeah, like canceling TPs through BKB is nuts, and the fact that they gave that to a hero who's partially balanced around not having disables.
Right, being able to TP away from him. Yeah.
We've seen what happens to other heroes who are balanced around that when you do that.
We'll see if they can maintain balance. 3v1. Make that 4. RCY coming in for a galvanized charge. Bignum gets the kill.
Dire's top tower.
Is that the first like fully clean rotation from Wildcard, I think?
Yeah, and completely expected, right? This was it. This is the Morphling alone under tower with a bunch of creeps, nothing to do. B-God was adventurous.
You know, I like this move on B-God. Challenging the DK, who just ransacks the jungle here, but it's whenever the Dire respond to that move. If you bring too many heroes,
They can get him.
might be just enough. Yamson
Nice.
goes down. The multicast at level 5. You'll lose the Leshrac, but certainly a worthwhile investment. You're going to get another return kill here on Speed in the corner. No one puts Baby in a corner except meant to be. Cloud gets the kill, working towards that Radiance.
That's really clever, right? The Lesh is so fast, he's so hard to catch if he goes running after you like that. So he just gets to bother the DK a bit. In the meantime, you get to do whatever you want with the heroes that are on the tower, whether that's hitting the tower or, you know, following up on that DK. Nice.
Yeah.
Well done.
Absolutely. Alone working towards that Blink Dagger, and Storm surrounded by some Radiant heroes will walk out of the river. Okay. And Kips, you know, we were commending the brilliant start that Alone had on the mid-mag. RCY's level 10.
Yep.
How does that happen? He just comes out of the early laning phase into the mid-game just unscathed.
No.
0-1-1. No problem.
Doing very well. I mean, part of it is definitely down to Alone spending some time moving around, looking for opportunities,
Sure.
and as I said, he's got Shockwave build. He's not farming as fast as he could be.
Shockwave enjoyers are in shambles, or sorry, skewer power enjoyers in shambles currently. And Fade going for the first item Orchid. Looking to stop the onslaught, the snowballing of Cloud. RCY joining the fray with the pullback and the first split of the game. You think Fade gets out of this one? The Void Panda pulling him around. Gonna use the shapeshift here. Has a 20 wand. But Ogre on the north side gonna hit the Fire Blast. Stunning Fade momentarily. Has the GG branch available, sending some wolves to help out RCY. Low mana boy, and Alone misses the shockwave and the skewer. Tony gonna go down. This gives Fade a little bit more of a window to go back in for another bite. RCY with the Void Vortex. The brew split is over.
No.
Leshrac dies off him to Speed. And, you know, another one who will not be named. Now RCY maybe bit off more than he can chew here. No mana left. Tread toggling, but the Wolves need no armor as they give you a little bit of space. And they're able to get out of the Dire.
That's once again a lot of time wasted for Alone, I think.
Yeah. Yep. Alone just kind of twiddling his thumbs, waiting for an opportunity. Top jungle, Speed, making some stacks for the DK, who's had a fairly good game, middle of the pack in the upper half of the net worth. gonna tear through those stacks, and speed gonna be the beneficiary of that as well.
Yep, and absolutely no such mechanics for anything on the side of meant to be, right? They don't have any stacks. They don't have any farm amplification currently. Cloud still working on the Radiance, nearly there though.
They found the Storm. RP pays off. So Storm only dead for 30.
Nice.
I think he will be able to defend this tower if the Radiant try to bring it down. Big RP though. That's how you got to use them.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Blink Dagger reveal as well, right? Or had he already
No, he had
shown?
it on bot already.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's exactly
No.
why he shows up there.
Yamson, overconfident, feeding Double King.
That's big. And now you gotta give up your top jungle here. This is something that you could see Tony move up towards that already. He had those wards that already.
That's a solo kill. Offlaner via
Yeah.
offlaner. First Orchid, the usage coming out strong. And RCY wants blood here, trying to connect to Fade. Skewered under the tower, though the return silence gonna limit his options. Big stun from the Ogre, and Tony walking to the tier 2 as his Magnus falls. No.
Is like in damage output. One core after another, and that's the second Orchid is still gonna come in soon from RCY as well. And he's just diving, yep.
Oh yeah, B-God dying to Jix and the Wolves. RCY getting another kill, 2 to fall. And you can add a tower to that tally. United Force of Wildcard making a move on the mid lane.
Radiant's middle tower has
And
fallen.
this is gonna stay quite bad for meant to be for quite a while right now.
Radiant's middle
Now
tower is
we
under
know the
attack.
bleeding has started. How do we need a tourniquet just yet? How do we staunch the bleeding? What do you think, Kips?
I mean, it's all gonna come down to this Brewmaster, right? But one of your big problems here is that you're so reliant on your primal split to actually properly take a stand in a fight. But the Lycan Wolves are still going to be running around you
True.
24/7. They are really not as cooldown dependent as you are. Here though, Yamson, that's a little...
Line speed, get the stun off, pulling him in with the shockwave. That damage adding up. Tower will be maybe denied. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be.
It's gonna go down. Double King
Radiant's
here.
top tower has been denied.
I was wondering if they would try to bait him into another fight around it. Not that bold though.
No, especially not with Fate now very clearly on the bottom lane here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Now, Kips, do you think the Radiance rush here is permissible on Cloud, or is it too greedy given the context of the game?
And you
Oh,
don't...
no. Is this our answer playing out in front of us
It
right
is.
now?
It is the answer. Listen, you picked that Brewmaster because you're going to rush the Radiance. So...
Oh, well, we're gonna rush an RP under the tier 2 here, but Terrorize misses all targets. RCY left without a helping hand under the tier 2.
Oh,
Big,
nice.
Watches on, but Fade, there's a fight trying to get out now. What help can you offer your Lycan to the high ground here? Bramble Maze will buy a little bit of time, but it just changes the pathing. Flash Rack dying to Yamson, and another on the top lane. But Speed coming in for his other support, his comrade, his confidant. Damage onto Alone, pumping out the Orchid with the Wolves in. Might be enough, and it is with the Demonic Purge adding up to the tally.
Frandy's Wolves take like no damage whatsoever. The Double King there nearly dying too.
God.
The Shadow Poison as well. That was a little too close for comfort.
Yeah. Howl plus Hightail, the evasion, there's no way you're killing these Wolves. Insane. I need to start playing Lycan more. That's my conclusion.
I mean, listen, if you want to get those wins in, you gotta do it basically, I don't know, today and tomorrow or something. This should get patched so fast, I
Oh,
swear.
have you seen, like, is there the staging updates? Are you a staging update believer, Kips?
I am a little bit of a staging update believer, yeah. I'm also a believer in that the patches come whenever it's the least convenient. So between day 1 and day 2 of a qualifier should suit perfectly.
Dire are
Absolutely.
scanning.
You know, in keeping with tradition, Valve never disappoint. And RCY catching the wave here, building up to his Kaya. Pretty standard build up, but Tony actually caught out here, purged up, trying to create another kill opportunity for RCY, expected by the Radiant. They make a move, but it's not enough. Alone in and out and pulled back in against his will. The Terrorize is coming in, but Pump Fake will get stunned by V-God. Creating a kill opportunity for Double King. Now on the chase, Fake gets a kill on the backline. You're never away from the Wolfman. Okay, who's next? Who's next?
Those Brewlings.
It's gonna be Speed, but then V-God. RCY can get out here. I think you're fine with the addition of Yamsun. Silence up on Brew and Double King trying to get away here. The Wolf resummons. That's certainly Doom City for Cloud, but evasion for evasion. Now we see the hamstring coming through. Ooh.
Yeah, no, that evasion really is the difference maker here. And to be fair, you can see that it's doing a really good job versus the Wolves, versus the DK as well. But the problem is now that everybody just constantly needs to hold hands with their Brewmaster. There's no other option. You don't live otherwise.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, Panda, there are worse people to be around than your buddy. He gets a little too tipsy sometimes, but you still love him, right? Is this the move? The smoke? 3-person smoke with the RP bot like saved up. Alone is really starting to fall behind though. The net worth 7K in the bag. It's Speed's gonna blink out of this skink. I bet.
Yeah.
You wanna wager? What do you think? Give me an over under here.
No, I don't even think he's going to run into it. I've read it.
Oh, well, you could have gotten some easy dollars. Speed gets the aggressive disrupt on Cloud, wants the own Radiance to get the wave clear, but will not be granted it. His illusions are dead very quickly.
And you can read a lot from the fact that they don't really stick around to try and take this tower. Like, they got a ward down and everything just now, and they're like, that kill was simply not good enough. We need another one.
I mean, maybe the saving grace of that, it did not invest the RP for the lone Shadow Demon. Certainly would have been a misstep. And taking a sec to look at itemization as we look for the next skirmish. It looks like Fade has a Manta style.
Yep.
So walk me through this. The Lycan Manta. Are we getting Feral Impulse, like the damage buff from that? It buffed up your illusions, right?
Yeah, do believe so. Mostly.
Is there a big dispel we need? But we're gonna see it after this spell. Brewmaster getting walked down by 3.
No, I mean it's a little puzzling to me as well. I've been looking at that Manta style for a while. Like, sure, as far as like stats go, as far as your scaling goes, it's all nice, right? But ultimately, the dispel's the only thing I can see is getting rid of some of that Cinder Brew ?
Okay.
I am not 100% sure myself.
And I mean, when Universal Heroes were first introduced as well, it was just find every high stat item,
Exactly.
every all stat item that you can. Manta still transfers over pretty well for the Lycan, who's going to be clicking a lot, and also it's going to get the Bloodthorn. I've heard Fade speak on this before when he plays heroes like the Broodmother, like the Naga. He doesn't really play the Naga so much anymore, but during one of the NADCL series, he elaborated on it. The Bloodthorn is just such a boon to any summon or illusion-based hero. So maybe we're seeing a little bit of that tech come out here. Get your wolves, get your illusions, and just Bloodthorn, and laugh.
Diabolically.
All right. Kip's mid tower still up for Wildcard. Do you think they're gonna? Nah, they're not gonna hold this one now. They'll fortify it though. Is that a move or?
No, it's. You can see meant to be how scared
not
they are.
Like this. Alone, not like this. You're afraid of the wolves. I would be too. Big terrorize from Big Num there. Gets another kill to RCY. What do you think is going to be the final galvanized stack charge for him?
The final one.
Yeah, call it now. The game might not end for another 20-30 minutes, but I want to see if you have the gift of prophecy.
The gift of prophecy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say like.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Why would you do this to me?
You get plus or minus 2. Plus or minus 2.
Plus or minus 2 from that. Fine.
Yeah.
Give me 15.
All right. I'm gonna say He's gonna get overconfident and die once, maybe twice, and I'm gonna say 12. I know it's not much higher than it is currently, but I think it's gonna go really high and then get cut down twice.
I see.
15 and 12. I'm writing it down as Yamson writes it down and takes that tier 2 tower. Blink dagger. Yasha, Sanjin Yasha online with the armlet. Orbit
I
destruction.
appreciate you
Adding up
not doing the direct under. Here though, this is.
Those I could never. I could never. Those people. They get me. They get me.
All
going.
right.
Dire
Morphling, level 16. It's not exactly the greatest power spike, man style, Vladimir, but they're smoking. They're going.
Big 5-on-5. Bruin, B-God in the RP to follow. RCY gets out. Damson, Dragon Form coming in. Gets B-God quite low here with the right clicks. And RCY gonna find the other support. 2 dead already. Make it 3, 4 meant to be. Simply not meant to be for them alone. Getting chased down by RCY, and Speed survives it all. It's gonna be a full 5-person wipe in favor of Wildcard.
What an absolute disaster.
Ransack.
I mean, it can always happen. Sorry?
Do you have to take that fight as bit to be, or would be like is that the move to contest that?
So you definitely you have the better team fight here. You have the RP, you have the Brewmaster with the primal split. You want to contest, but what you cannot do is wait too long because that means that you're going to get all your moves scouted out by the wolves. The Storm's going to get to pick who he wants. You want to have the jump as well. So there's a lot of pressure on you to, as soon as you find the enemy, go immediately.
Pressure continues mid. Kips, RCY is on the Ogre. Tony's not getting out of this one. That's a dead Tony.
Nothing to do about it.
So Kips, you're talking on the vision, the movement being scouted out by the wolves.
Yeah,
did they have anything in the area for them?
No, they did not. That was basically just all you run into them, you immediately need to go.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if
And
it was critical.
I mean, they do it, right? But they don't exactly have the order of engagement down.
No way. The order of engagement is RCY, all caps. Remember the name. In between the tier 2 and the 3. Looking for the Leshrac B-God. Will get out. No, he won't. Yamson on the high ground. Pumping into this. Morphling double king. Goes for the Shadow Demon save, but it's not there. It's not on time. It's late. It's loud. Gonna be the next to fall. Ogre waddles away to the tier 4s. But pressure has been applied and meant to be looking rough.
The Lycan was not there for that. Just
Oh my god. Fade's like, you guys do that. I'll take a tower up top. I'm gonna go shopping in the meantime. What's my blood flow?
absolutely unnecessary. I thought that most of the killing would be done by the Lycan and the DK from now on. I mean, DK, level 20, he's got a Satanic up now as well. The Gamson is not dying, but RCY, 20, he's gonna die quite a couple of times to get to your score, that's for sure.
I know. I was thinking the exact same thing. I'm like, man, I don't want to ruin his mood by these deaths. Like, come on. Wolves under the tier 4. Base, RCY, showing this quick reaction time.
He's so safe.
Yeah. Full mana pool almost. Building that Parasma. How do you feel about this item, Parasma? One of the newer items here in Dota 2.
It's great.
Think it was needed? Yeah.
Yeah. No, because heroes very much needed a scaling damage option. It used to be just about can you get farmed enough to get an Oxmarine core? Are your spells suited to spamming enough? Once you get enough cooldown reduction, etc. And now you also get right-click relevance that is really important to the scaling of, well, heroes like the Puck and the Storm Spirit. Used to be for a bunch of others as well, but I don't think you can play int mids without mobility currently.
We gotta move, Kips, and just as quickly as it begins,
It's already over.
It's over. The power of the Parasma not even unlocked yet. But it is refreshing to see that those scaling options were introduced. The diversity continue to grow here as the numbers will be dwindled down for the Radiant. 1 falls, 2 falls, the buyback. RCY gonna give up the first death, holding on to the Aegis, clutching it tightly. He will be more back again. RP dragging him back a little further into the base. Chain stunned and done. Cloud making some noise on the north side, chasing down the Dire as they scatter. His lycanthropy is fading, and Yamson tossed in the air. Will stun B-God. I don't know if you can afford to ignore the Dragon Knight. Okay, nice, another little storm disruption, but it's getting annoying, and he's going to get angry. You won't like him when he's angry. Double King in the middle of the fray here, looking for Fade, but Yamson with the blink save. The right clicks, adding up Manta to get him out here. Speed does die to the Brewmaster. And now Morphling brought down the Bloodthorn. It's so powerful.
Oh man, and this is, you have to remember that this is our lineup on Wildcard that just did not buy BKBs, did not find it necessary. That does mean that they can't exactly TP out on that retreat there. They gotta make their stand. That's what Meant to Be is trying to hopefully squeeze something out of. They know that if anybody leaves, they can pick off the rest, but when they're this tanky...
Yeah. It's a one-way ticket, and they're just building a home there. You know, There's no return trip for Wildcard unless it's in a body bag. Oh no! And I predict quite a few more body bags coming out at the hands of this DK as he gets his Daedalus online.
Yeah, Daedalus is basically GG in this scenario. We've already seen that they don't have the damage to take him down, but at least they had some time to work around him previously.
It's continuing, it's starting again. The Yules from B-God buys a little time. And it's actually enough for Tony to get just hit with a Terrorize it. Oh no, Magnus is in, he's feared. Jensen surviving through it all, the right clicks adding up, the Satanic healing him. Oh, Morphling Double King doesn't have, okay, he's got the BKB now after the waveform, but now it's 2v5, the health is low, the right clicks coming through, Morphling to fall, Leshrac contained to the fountain. No misanthropy for you today. RCY going for a splash. He's at 22. Come on, RCY, get in there. No, 23. Neither of us ending within 4 or 2 either way. And Wildcard Gaming taking their first map win against Meant to Be. 29 minutes, 30 seconds in. 38-17, 37k net worth advantage. Kips, is this how you saw this one going down? Wildcard. Friends, once again, another pause, and you know what that means. We've got time to play everybody's favorite game. Say it with me, kids. How many wands?
Many wands. All right.
Over under here. What's your guess?
You're gonna make me go first every time, huh?
No, I'll go first. It's the proper thing to do. You're right. All right.
Oh,
so
don't look at your side screen.
Okay, no side screen just yet. Not a lot of big spam here on Wildcard. You just have the Bat Rider for me. On the Dire, not a lot of spam either. Some daggers, wolves come up, but the cooldown's not like crazy. I'm gonna go low here. I'm gonna say three sticks or wands.
I was afraid you were gonna say 3. I wanted 3.
All right.
I should have gone first.
We could be right together. You can choose the same number.
No, I'm gonna go 2 then.
All right,
I'm gonna go 2. It's gonna be a little low.
All right, thank you, sir. We got 4.
4.
4, both too low. Amazing. Look at that.
Points to you.
Points to me. Second on the day. I crack my knuckles and flex a little bit. We're good to go. All right. Now. Ran out of Kips. All chat banter. And these seasonal laughter lines. Kips, do they tilt you as bad as they tilt me?
No, I am basically immune to that sort of stuff. Like if I have time to worry about that, then it means I'm really bored. Like, come on, there's better things to do in the game than pay attention to whatever crap your opponents are posting in the chat.
It's just the audio cue for me. It just it's so grinding and just so high pitched. But you know what? I should take a page out of the book of Kips. I'll be better off for it.
Yeah, like you have better things to do than that. I mean, to be fair, there are like, especially during the draft when they're spamming the lines, I can sometimes be like, children, stop playing.
Yeah, it's rough for sure. And team's not wasting any time here. Both teams smoking right out of the gate. But friends, if you are just joining us here, welcome and thank you for spending your evening with us. And we got game 2 of Wildcard versus Meant to Be. Wildcard up 1 match, and Kips and myself, Malibu, are bringing you the action here. Wards all around, surrounding both approaches of the mid-tier 1 here. Now, I feel like these are wards that are easily countered. Do you think we're going to see any counter action come up, or is this going to be post-smoke?
Yeah, no, these were the exact same words that Meant to Be placed on the Radiant in the last game. Yeah.
Huh. Studying the hot spots after this game.
Mid lane. I mean, it's a little odd to see them reflected so closely.
Yeah.
30 seconds.
Just running full coverage here. And RCY pings that out right away. So expect Wildcard to go up early.
I do think that the penguin sound is amazing. That is so good. I mean, they're...
And it changes like a bounce every time it's spammed. I miss the old voice lines building off of each other, like going higher pitch and everything. That was a nice touch from Valve here.
It was maybe that was a little bit much though. Like you were asking if things tilt me. That one.
Oh, and Yamson here. Okay, he gets to the high ground just fine. Those wolves are getting a little bit taste of their own medicine on Wildcard. Top side of the map, you got Spectre Lich versus Phoenix Mag. What do you feel is the stronger lane here?
Should be the Phoenix Mag in the end, but you're giving a lot of you're giving pretty decent space to the Spectre here, right? She is a very weak laner, doesn't really have too much to contribute apart from the dagger, but the Mag is not going to be in a position in a lane like this to do skewer back tricks, for example, unless the wave gets pushed very significantly. So you're pretty limited, and then the Lich can make up for a lot of the failings of the Spectre.
Yeah, absolutely.
As we play some dewarding games.
I feel like if you can get that frost shield off before the shockwave comes in, mitigate a lot of that damage. That helps out a lot. But bottom here, oh no, oh Lich already dangerously low. Tony, get those tangos a ticking, buddy. If you get one set of fire spirits, dive in a skewer, could be pretty bad for you.
No, you have to tank the full damage of a couple of right clicks there because he was attack slowed while trying to deward the camp. That cost him a lot.
Yeah, if you don't stay there, you lose the 50 gold from the sentry. It's the line in the sand is drawn, and you're just like ankle deep in the water. It feels so bad.
He's just happy to be alive right now, is what I'm saying.
Another day on planet Dota. How blessed! Oh, Fade pump faking the shockwave. Gonna hold on to it. Full wave under the tower. This is
Big Gnome fishing.
Yeah, I like that drag, that creep drag from Big Gnome. You know, it gets the radiant wave under the tower, makes the positioning too dangerous for Tony, and they still come back in time for the deny. Whether they get those denies, though, that's another matter.
And then here, good understanding as well. Hold the creeps a little bit. I'm pulling the Lich. Still was not in any position at all to contest that one. Now you get the full pull off here as well.
And speaking of pulls, I know game 1 we had a little bit of a miscommunication in the Wildcard safe lane. The Shadow Demon went to pull a little early. He got caught out. Oh,
B-God
in the bottom lane. Oh, dies under the tier 1. Speed chases him down on the Bat Rider. Now Speed, no flame break just yet, but gonna be a nice Lotus. Going the Radiant, and Big Gnome will get hit with the dagger. No Frost Blast just yet. Oh, uses it too late. Double King burning, but will get under the tower.
Gets to live.
That's wild. Big Gnome lives another day. Probably. Do you just go die to creeps here, or are you gonna bring out some regen?
No, your support's gonna bring you all of the regen you could possibly desire. That's definitely not a.
Sorry, the Phoenix. The Phoenix, not the.
Oh, the Phoenix, yeah. No,
Mid lane.
this is
Mid
worth
lane.
waiting a little as well, but
Yeah, Double King supported again by Tony after the respawn. Level 3 Phoenix, level 3 Mag. Big power spike here for the Radiant off lane. Get the slow from the Icarus dive with the blood grenade. I don't think Tony has much chance of escape, but Big Num here. Cast another spell, and that's almost all your health.
yeah, no, he's challenging him. He's doing it.
Top lane, they're going back in. Big Num with the big eggs going after the Lich. Look at that. And no,
and
no,
now
not
he's
the
skewered as
Spectre.
well.
Getting skewered
Oh.
under the tower, just a little west. We're gonna see Double King running away from Fade in the tree line. You know, that Wraith Band armor helping out a lot here. And mid lane RCY harassing
Not
alone
enough.
under the tower. Wave just playing to their strength. Spectre goes down in the top, but Tiny dangerously low, still in the mid lane. RCY letting the wave tank for him. A shield crash will add to the hurt Alone is feeling. Lich will TP in, give his buddy a little bit of a boost here. Bottle refill and a handshake, and they are off for another round.
Yeah, but we're seeing a situation here.
Oh,
There's no way.
No, not the swashbuckle shield crash combo. Alone gets shielded up. Use that. Uses the rest of his regen. He's back to where he started. The
No,
bottom
but
lane.
we've been so occupied with the top lane. Don't tell me bottom's in
Nah,
trouble
it's
as
fine.
well.
It's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
We're just chilling.
Listen, the Pangolier should not be at 11 denies versus
I'm
a
not opposed
tiny.
to taking the occasion.
Like,
No.
Alone should have been leading in the denies there. And the fact that he hasn't been able to, hasn't slowed RCY down at all. You know, you see this in players sometimes. They get solo killed in the first game and they are very hard to beat the next game.
Absolutely. And I mean, we saw that hold true for RCY even through the rest of game one. They just seemed to fuel the fire. Yeah, RCY certainly responds to that that stimulus, you know.
Yeah.
Bottom lane, level 4, level 3, and then level 3 is on the Dire. What are we looking for here? First
Oh, pushback
action.
misses.
Yeah, a tough miss there. Action rune goes invis to RCY as he's walking down this Tony Lich. Shield crash will do it. The double jump is it's brutal.
It is, yes, and now you are losing all 3 lanes.
But Alone with a timely rotation will save his off lane. Both going down. Wildcard losing 2 there.
While on
as
top side.
Aggression topside. RCY with a big roll and fade, putting down the hammer on Spectre.
Is under attack.
Tony in the trees, trying to hide from RCY, will do so successfully. Quick as it began, it's over. The top side. Oh, okay, runes. Wisdom rune's gonna go 1 for 1 here. Nice. Hoodwink already scouting it out.
Dire's top tower.
I am really quite surprised that Alone got that off on the bottom lane. I saw him walk there. Level 5. No specific rune in his bottle, just going out for the bounty. And, well, that's
Just
why
an
you make
avalanche
the
in
move
a
anyway.
dream.
Yeah.
An avalanche in a dream. This crash landing. Do you think it's been tuned down too far, or is it
Dire
okay now?
are scanning.
I think it's been absolutely ridiculous for most of the
Dire's
year,
middle tower
and
is under
by now
attack.
I think we're in roughly a decent place, because the burst nature of the hero does need to be, like, it does need to stay intact, otherwise you don't have a hero anymore.
Right. And you know, love seeing some tiny airlines in my games.
Oh yeah.
It's one of the staples of Dota 2. Gotta have it. And Alone will be going for the Blink Dagger rush, I think. Probably not even finishing his boots. Yeah. Another toss up with the Avalanche mid. Big Num not yet level 6, looking to pressure this Tiny before the rune comes up.
Yep.
But it will be a regen bottom on luck.
Very nice for Alone. And I completely agreed on thinking that this is going to be a blink rush, because,
Double king.
as I said before, you need to separate people in this game. DK,
No separation being found here in the top lane. The Spectral Dagger expires. Shockwave will hit through the trees. Another big kill for Fade here. 3-0-2 on the Spectre. 0-3.
Double King dangling at the bottom of the net worth chart for the course now. once an orchid, eventually, gonna be absolutely phenomenal this game. Every single hero on the enemy side relies on their abilities in order to deal their damage, to provide their mobility. They're all sitting ducks if you silence them, but it's gonna take a while.
Yeah, especially whenever your other cores keep getting beefed up off of every hero showing on the map. Now 8-2 here, just shy of 9 minutes. Under the cover of darkness, Cloud holding his last point, I think. Yeah.
Yes. No, and this is the man that needs to make the difference, right? They were so reliant on him in the previous game with that last pick on the Brewmaster. Absolutely did not work out for them. Here as well, yeah, just put together the cornucopia. But this is not a 7-minute tower fall without any, you know, contributions from his teammates at all. He needs help if he wants to shut down this tower. The Bloodseeker will hold it otherwise.
Absolutely. Help is on its way. Tiny waddling down through the forest. Big Dumb going to be scouted out by the wolves. If you can pop him before that egg comes out, it will be needed. Though Bat Rider may get spotted out here. Speed Gaming going to go down. Crash landing coming down quick. But you know, better the Bat than the Bloodseeker. That's what I always say.
And then the safe lane tower especially as well. And now Alone is going to get collapsed on.
Yeah, down in the bottom river here, fighting for that 10-minute rune. Gonna be Pace top and the roll coming out with the egg Alone. Stuck between the proverbial rock and a hard place is our rock boy. With the toss to the high ground, little land on top of Big God. The alley-oop turns into more of an alley-whoops. Hoodwink to die. RCY and Fade with the tag team combination. Here to tower. Get another kill.
Sometimes being clever just makes it worse. Turns out.
Yeah. You just gotta take your medicine, get your hoodwink out of there next time, but unlucky. This does give Cloud a little bit of space. You know, we were mentioning that it was needed.
I mean, but it's only a tiny bit, right? The Bloodseeker is immediately back down here. He's just going to keep on throwing those blood rights down.
Whoa.
This is good, though.
Yeah, big kill here. That ward will get spotted out. Got about half of its duration, but you know, you get your Spectre kill. I think it's worth, especially a solo kill, right?
It's so damn necessary at this point. Double King at absolutely nothing. Get him that experience. Get him any sort of way. And like,
Tiny gonna get hit with the RP here, joined by Speed, but a bit of a whiff. Fade with the skewer there. The GG branch placed, prolonging perhaps the inevitable. No more dire heroes inbound and Alone left to his devices. Trying to get a kill with the toss. The tower hit will do it. Alone digging for gold, finds a nugget, but we'll go back into the mines. Tiny dead for 20, no blink dagger yet. I love this aggression that Wildcard keep just exhibiting.
they do, and I gotta say, this time around now, Alone very much more feels like he's on an island. He's doing his darndest. He's getting everything out of this Tiny that you could possibly get out of the Tiny. It's just absolutely not enough, since he's the only one who can do anything right now.
Yeah, and some action in the bottom lane here. Yamson getting run down, but the Bloodseeker arriving. The Bloodseeker actually dying, sorry. Cloud does get hit with the Rupture. Gonna have a little bit of a wombo combo here, and now the repositioning with the Rupture really showing its power. Oh, there's the unifying concept behind the draft here. Beautiful. RCY onto the high ground. Finds Alone. Gets hit with the Bushwhack. 3 dire heroes surrounding him. The Pinga will fall. Bit of a freebie there for the Dire.
Yeah. Uncharacteristic overstep as far as this series is concerned. But you're still happy, I think, as Wildcard here, because that was the opportunity for the Lycan to finally break through that bottom tower. Instead, you get the Lycan himself anyway, still doesn't happen. And we're back to the exact same old stalemate. It's kind of sad that you lost an extra kill off of it, but just keeping the map in the same position right now is absolutely advantageous to you.
Yeah, gonna be 2 Orchids soon on the Dire. Do you expect to see more of a breakthrough with that purchase on the Spectre? With the Blink Dagger on the Tiny as well?
I do think that that's going to be a big step for him, but it's... That cornucopia is just such a chore to farm up.
Right. Yeah, there's just no build-up at all. It is just flat
Look-
gold. It feels
Look at how
awful.
scared Cloud was to step forward there. Does not know if he's going to get punished again. A wildcard say defending once is good enough. We're gonna give it to you now.
Radiant's bottom tower
Yeah,
is
once
under
is
attack.
fine. And Kips, my big question, we're seeing the same pattern of economy come out here in game 2 for Yamsen. Big investment being made
Radiant's
for this
bottom
Radiance.
tower
Is it going to be timely enough? We're seeing him
Dire's
at
middle
14
tower
minutes
is under
now.
attack.
He's had a fair amount of space. Is this going to be a
Absolutely
misstep?
fine.
Yeah, absolutely fine. Okay.
Yeah.
And we're seeing it hold true here. Alone going for the TP out. The damage not necessarily needed when you got a lasso in your back pocket. Tiny will fall.
No, like, cause the situation here is that every single time that the other 4 heroes on your team get together, meant to be already can't fight them. They don't have the team fight to work into that, especially when Wildcard are the ones to make the first move and to find the first pick off. There is never going to be a situation in which having the numbers advantage because the Bloodseeker isn't there or isn't there yet is going to make meant to be feel like they have a free game. It's
Oh,
just
no.
not happening.
The wolf, it's gonna snipe this courier. Oh no. But they're gonna snipe this Spectre. Double King. The prey being hunted. Double jump won't hit, but the rolling thunder.
15 gold to
only
Cornucopia.
gonna Be a little easier. Can
10,
he survive? Yes or no in the
9,
chat?
8,
What do you
7,
think,
6,
folks? Double King getting
5,
hit twice,
4,
3 times.
3,
Is coming
2,
back. Spectre with a step. Not gonna be enough to survive. Back to square one. 130 gold away from your cornucopia. Oh, Cloud.
He was literally 1 gold off.
Cloud? What? Oh, he's waiting. Okay, he's waiting on the arrival. And they have arrived indeed. Pangolier stunned up, silenced up, egg in the background, but it's not going to be timely enough. Pangolier goes down, refreshing your spells. Big Num gets hit with a tiny blink Ava. And Fade. Will he poke or will he run? Cloud
have
leading the
RP.
charge. No RP available. You got a blink and a skewer. A big tower nearby here, but can you get the Lycan under it? No. Swing and a miss. Speed with the lasso, pulling him to the low ground, brings down the big bad beastie. But Begot from the high ground. He has the high ground. Will throw the acorn, gets the kill onto the chicken. And now, you know, chicken, squirrel, choose your meal. You got one on both sides. Wing to fall, but alone. And Tony looking for more. No way. Spectre's back on the map. They're going to bring down one. Look to bring it to the Chain Frost. Bounces to the creep wave. They don't even need it. Double King. Picking up 2 involved kills there.
Oh, and this is what you want if you're meant to be. All you need is a 1-by-1-by-1 fight where they've already spent most of their team
Radiant's
fight
top tower
abilities.
is under attack.
No Rolling Thunder in that fight anymore, no RP in that fight anymore, and sure, they're coming off cooldown now, but that's just a little too late after you've already bled so
Radiant's
many
top
kills.
tower is falling.
Yeah, Speed stepping up pretty eagerly there. I don't think that confidence is warranted, sir. You gotta be careful. They got both orchids now. You can strike back. Big Num gonna see alone, but where does Tiny go from here? Straight phylactery, do you think?
Game like this, I mean, with this much going through your BKB, yeah, you might as well.
Yeah.
Don't really see any other options, and the right click Tiny in this game, well,
Radiant's
you're good
bottom
with just
tower
more
is
burst.
under attack.
Killing a Phoenix before they get their egg off.
Bat Rider before the
Happiness.
lasso, too.
Yeah, all options.
Yeah. You know, that Bloodseeker tends to stay on the outside of fights. When someone gets low, he's looking for that kill and that regen. Could always find him with a crash landing. Agadim's going to be the next big timing, I think, for Wildcard. Looking to pair that with the Radiance coming out as well. Pango adds pretty big here in this game with the 3 melee cores on the Dire.
Yep, that's going to be a big deal. I'm...
Dire's top tower
Oh
is
no.
under attack.
Speed getting found by Double King. And the snowball starting to roll downhill. Can we stop it?
Is
Let's
it?
find out. RP into the skewer. The crash landing from RCY. Double King. The prize bounty going the way of RCY.
Radiant's bottom
That's going to be
tower
that
is under
Axe.
attack.
Rupture?
Still,
Mid lane?
Rupture. Mid lane, chased down Yamsen, trying to get out, has the evasion, but the Atos from B got and the heal from the Phoenix, doing his best to save. Chain Frost coming in. sealed the deal, and now rolling on the back line. RCY looking for a little bit of payback. Fade in there too, skewers him into the ball, and it's just chaos all around. Wildcard, shuffling deck, coming out on top.
Yeah, and I think I've lost our Bloodseeker twice now in situations where he just doesn't really need to get involved.
They're still in the wolf scouting B-Gun with the Atos, and Batrider gets involved a little too much there. Oh no, the hamstring's online, Kips. The hamstring. That's so brutal.
And get rooted through your BKB out of your
Radiant's middle
Icarus
tower
dive.
is under attack.
You know, it can be dispelled, I think. Maybe. But it's only a half-second duration, so really, what are you achieving?
Yes. That's like, it's really just an interrupt. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Like, you can use that off if you want to, but...
Right. Do you really want to? Just build a level 1 Dagon, get a Midas, and you have free money. Free money all game.
I mean,
That's the
that
hack.
is actually the thing I was kind of expecting from these Lycans, because that's what you do in pubs. You buy a Midas first, and...
Dire are scanning.
Sure. Oh, okay, 20 minutes coming up. Roshan's gonna flip to the bottom side of the map. I don't really think that either
Radiant
team
are
is in a
scanning.
position to take it just yet. The smoke move, though. Who are they looking for here? You gotta find the spec.
You would love to find a Spectre, yeah. It's the golden rule of fighting
Radiant
against any
are
lineup with a
scanning.
Spectre on it. That's the hero that you work towards. The rest of the team is going to be
Radiant's
playing
bottom
away from her.
tower is under
But
attack.
they are big time off the mark here.
Yeah.
Nobody's home.
You find a courier. Maybe you see it alone on the wave if he shows. But
Well,
the pings are
you
coming
just
out.
popped your smoke.
Oh no. The lasso into the damage from Fade, from Big Num, adding up. And Yamson even shows up to the party. Doesn't want to be left out. Big Num loses a lot of health though. Tranquil's available. But that's a full fighting 5, I believe, for the
Yep.
Radiant. Gonna get that counter ward.
They
Gives
showed
Dire a little bit of space.
everybody, exactly. So that's going to cost you most of your mid tower. That's a
Radiant's
lot of
middle
extra
tower
farm
has
into the
been
pockets of the
denied.
Spectre, who's now sure that she isn't being hunted.
Yeah, nice deny though from Fade on the tier 1. Let's see the Spectre. Got the Yasha online, working up to the Manta. Oh,
Dire's
she's really
top
starting to
tower
pick up
is under
speed here.
attack.
Yes. Wildcard is actually in a bit of a predicament now. If the next engagements aren't going to be good for them, it's going to take a
Oh, I
while.
don't think it's gonna be good for him anytime soon. Yamson getting gone on here. The Wolves scouting. And Cloud looking for the next target. Speed and RCY next door. RCY hasted up though. Not completely fearful. Just cautious. Speed. Oh my god. It's speed sandwich here. As we see the Rolling Thunder coming out from RCY. They found Double King in the woods. Silence on the Batrider though. RCY trying to roll, but
No
the
egg?
dodges. And no egg. But you got an RP and a Dream. Bushwhack on Fade, and the damage adds up. Brings it down. Blood for blood. And Chaos doesn't end here. RCY getting ever so low. Surrounded by 4. Will give up the ghost. A lot of heroes dead on Wildcard.
One by one, they all fall. Definitely the moment that you find a Spectre there, I think you should pop an egg.
Radiant's
Because you
bottom
know there are
tower is
2
under
orchids
attack.
with your name on it, and you also know that they're going to try and save their carry there no matter what. It's the only chance that you have there to actually pop the egg in a place where they're not simply going to run around you. They will walk into you no matter what because they need to save their
Radiant
Spectre.
structures
And sure, that
are
doesn't happen in the
fortified.
end, but now they're still there and you didn't pop your egg yet. Whoopsie.
Yeah. Maybe you're saving it for the next meal. Right, right.
Radiant's bottom tower.
I don't
That's
know
for
if they-
breakfast.
Yeah. Uh-oh. We got you thinking about breakfast now. Danger.
I mean, it looks like meant to be might be aiming to bring me there.
True. And I mean, yeah, with the 72% win probability, meant to be perhaps in the driver's seat.
There.
Radiant's bottom tower
Yeah.
is under attack.
Speed getting the shard. Not the one you want. Would have preferred it on the Phoenix.
Like the deal with this Bloodseeker
Radiant's
is that
bottom
he's
tower
really
has
going
fallen.
to become that 1v5 monster once you get to the level 20, and you can make that point come up a little earlier by buying the spell lifesteal for yourself, right? Get yourself an early voodoo mask. You can start doing the same kind of shenanigans earlier, but the power spike will only come by the point that you hit that level 20 talent. So that is still 5 levels away. This Spectre, fully online. She's going to bring her Manta style in basically right this second. And I don't think that there is much to do for Mint to be before they can put the pedal to the metal, really.
Yeah, it's got to be hand-holding here, I think, for the next bit. The Spectre's starting to get very scary. Alone? Okay, we're going to have a haunt here in the mid lane, though. Fade getting caught out. Yep, and just dies to the Spectre just like that. I think the time for five-person Dota coming out.
Mm-hmm. Now, the good part for Wildcard here is that as long as they are with 5, Meant2Be still got a lot of trouble fighting into them, right? Between the lasso plus all of the AoE abilities that they've got, Meant2Be can totally lose 5 for 1 or 2 if they take a bad engagement here. They are still very much bound to the rules of pickoffs.
Yeah, Yamson now with the Black King bar on the Bloodseeker. You know, just throw him a nice little empower. It's some minus armor out with this Pangolier Lucky Shot, Blightstone, and just let Yamson work.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it. I can see it.
On this Pangolier, Aghanim Scepter online, Diffu online. Going to get a shard purchased pretty much right now if he wants to get that roll up online as well. He's looking for a Manta style himself to eventually dispel off all of those Orchids, because of course.
Right, Illusion Rune will serve the short purpose for that. And how much longer is it going to stay in the bottle? And that's a one-time use. All right, tier 2 here, top. You think we're going to see Wildcard threaten it, or are we just looking for like pick Roshan territory? I think if you get the Spectre, if you don't get the Spectre, you can't take Rosh, right?
I'm just thinking about it. Like, they clearly have a lot of faith in the BKB on the Bloodseeker here. But
Gibbs, I'm seeing a problem. I'm seeing a big problem for Wildcard. We've got Shard on the Lycan with the Lincolns as well. You're never going to hit another lasso on him.
Never, ever.
Never once. I'm calling it right now. Uh-oh. The Wolves are on top of the speed, and he gets found out, but a big RP gonna buy him a little bit of time against the Spectre. Yamson in, Bat Rider dead. They're trying to bring down Double King on the Spectre. The damage adding up, and it goes in. Spectre to fall. Chain Frost bouncing here. Cloud versus Yamson. Who wins? He's got some wolves at his back, and the Bushwhack will take him down to his knees. RCY divvying up the damage. Has another swashbuckle soon after this. Silence and Egg in the background, but Tiny alone with the right clicks. So I don't need attack speed. Got damage. Bird back in.
He's got an AD.
Looking to get it. Yeah. He's got that AD cooking, and the Bird's gonna cook up himself after this bushwhack, and the Wolves come in alone. Gets hit with the shockwave, but Tony with the save, and Fade to go back to the grave. Alone survives through it all. We got a game, Kips. We got a game.
Oh, we got a game. We do. No, that big open area is about the worst possible place to fight if you're Wildcard. You don't want to waste that much time, especially not with a double jump Pango, right? You don't turn nearly as tight of a corner. So you have to spend so much time simply turning while your Spectre is getting demolished by the Bloodseeker.
It's not, need to go back and read the Art of War, you know? Find the terrain you want to fight in, be a little more mindful of it.
Yeah.
RCY just waiting for those wolves.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And with the uncontrollable wolves on the waves now as well, this is like playing versus a Nature's Prophet.
Yeah.
All of your waves are going to be in constantly, and you are pretty pick-off reliant, I don't want to say that, but pretty initiation reliant. The good fights that Wildcard have all been off of lassos or RPs, where the vision advantage of the wolves didn't come in yet, and you can't show anybody right now.
My God. Yeah, speed, I feel like starting to get to that point where you should know I cannot show on a wave ever. if I'm by myself.
No, but that's exactly the problem, because the course can't either now.
B-God hit with the rupture. RCY will run him down. Now trying to find more with this rolling thunder. Don't know if that's going to be in the cards. Alone hunting. Throws a branch and
Radiant's
gets
middle
back.
tower is under attack.
They've nearly cleared the hurdle though. Their Bloodseeker is now level 19.5.
Yamson's starting to get there, but only 2 items online. I'm worried about his progression, Gibbs.
Well, also to get gold in his pocket, right?
Yeah. Is Bloodstone the big move here though? Or is
Radiant
this
are
Octarine?
scanning.
This is the
right?
Bloodstone, yes.
Yeah.
No, that is exactly what the move is. This is when the build comes online. Level 20, Bloodstone. And then, well, ideally you also have the Aghanim Scepter, but he doesn't exactly have the money for that. But you become an AoE damage menace. You just, yeah, sure, you're losing HP the entire time, but you deal way more damage and lifesteal way more off of it the entire time.
Oh, Spectre. I'm glad they killed those wolves. I thought they were going to go in on the Phoenix mid. But right now, I'm seeing Wildcard kind of scramble to get lane shoved before Meant to Be have time to get out on the map. Bottom side of the map, there's no way Fade goes in on this. He'd be
Dire's
insane,
middle tower
right?
is under attack.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
No, it's not happening.
Wildcard playing deep here, given the context, and Fade going with the Yashikaya. I like that build up. Cast speed reduction, pretty good on Mag, right?
Exactly. No, it feels really good, especially on your skewer, but should also really not underestimate it on the speed of the RP.
Yeah. Oh no.
I usually like my trees to
Looking
myself.
looking over at
I'll make
EMs,
an
and I
exception.
thought Alone was gonna find him, but he lives to fight another day. How do we feel about Wildcard's high ground defense? Because first age is online, probably gonna start peeling back these last tier 2s. Do you think Meant to Be start poking high ground anytime soon?
No.
No.
No, unless they get an opening here, right? It is absolutely terrifying high ground defense. You've got 2 ways to end up in the enemy fountain, both through the Magnus as well as through the Bad Rider. And then an amazing amount of wave clear on every single other hero as well. It's nuts. You're gonna look for other opportunities, but right now,
Radiant's
surprisingly
top
enough,
tower is under
I thought
attack.
that Meant to Be would be squeezing way more because they can afford to split up, and Wildcard has to hold hands with 5. They've been holding hands with 5 for, I don't know, the past 5 minutes or so. But the goal differential isn't actually escalating.
Yeah, it's actually holding between 4 and 5k, just kind of oscillating back and forth. Yamson kind of relegated to the mid lane, throwing blood rights at the wave, but oh no, speed in dangerous territory. Scouted by the wolves, jumps out before the silence comes in, but the damage is so powerful. The Yule's just delaying the inevitable. You are already in a 4v5.
Yeah, Big Nims KFC.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
KFC with no buyback either.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
It's a one-time use meal ticket. Yeah, Yamson looking for his
Radiant's
voodoo
middle
mask
tower
flying
is under
out,
attack.
but we gotta deal with these mid waves, boys. RCY steps up to bat.
Yeah, it's right. This high ground is basically unassailable.
What
It
about
is
with
you.
the Scotty on Spectre?
That is very necessary here for the man-to-man fight versus Yamson. You need to at least cut into the healing a little bit.
Ooh, especially yeah, the shard. I didn't notice that Yamson had the shard as well. That
Yes, he does.
will be a boon. And now level 21, so certainly has the spell lifesteal talent in his bag. Feel like we are teetering on the brink of a stalemate. Broken here. Looks like Spectre in and out. Just got the BKB baited. Yeah. Now
Pretty
they smoke.
worthwhile.
Oh man. Speed gonna eat this smoke. Atos forced out to the high ground here. And Rolling Thunder breaking
That's
up the
what's a
fight.
fight.
RCY looking for it all on top of the Lycan. The ruptures in and the egg
no.
to follow. The damage is supreme alone with the BKB trying to walk out. Chased by Yamson and Fade. Let's see, the Magnus duo gonna try to bring down the tiny BKB, expiring the damage, bringing him down. Back to Glory. 2 kills for Wildcard. Patience pays off.
I mean, 1 kill for Wildcard, 1 kill for Alone, who tossed the Ruptured Spectre.
Oh no.
Yes.
Double King goes back in and gets the Phoenix. And RCY here, not able to finish off D-God. The grass pulling him in. RCY gets hit with the chain frost. The roll up gives him a little bit of space, but it's not enough. What was once good, not looking as glimmery now.
No, but seriously though, it's absolutely incredible that Double King somehow survives that. Presumably because of the toss, but that was not intentional.
I need to give him a little bit of entertainment, right?
Dire's bottom tower is under
Folks back
attack.
at home watching. You gotta keep them engaged.
A little bit.
What's a little griefing?
Now, like wondering if I saw that right at all, but pretty damn
We'll go
sure.
with it. We'll go with it. Those, yeah.
He was bleeding out.
The 4:30 a.m. starting to work on you. Oh no, Spectre
Yes, it is.
in onto an illusion. Excellent. A lucky break there for Wildcard. You get 30 seconds, 40 seconds free. But look, Fade under a dire observer ward there.
And Yamson, who looked kind of underfarmed, looked kind of underleveled, like by now, the point where meant to be is maybe ready to actually do something. Well, I say that, but they're split right now. And the Aghanim Scepter is flying in for Yamson. He's online. This is full build.
Big timing for him.
Yep.
Love to see it. So full build now with the Yamson. Where does it go from here? Do we go Octarine? Do we go Kayayasha? What's the move?
It really depends on what he wants during this game. You could also, I mean, you could go into anything literally. I
you
was
need a
myself
break?
thinking about Basher.
Yeah.
You could go towards the break as well, yeah. But I think that if you want, no, because the Magnus is building Lincolns. I was thinking that maybe Fade would want to build into the Silver Edge for that. But 2 Lincolns being built on your other heroes right now. Refresher for the Bloodseeker, yeah.
Is under attack.
That's the one.
Ooh, 2 BKBs, 2 Bloodstones, multiple Ruptures, up to 4. He should have the mana to sustain it all too. With that Bloodstone Axe, you know.
Yeah, I mean he's not as level 25 just yet, so only 2 ruptures for now if he gets that refresher. But
Tony in some dangerous waters. Let's see if he can swim. Oh, looks fine for now. High ground vision might give him away. Spotted out the blink forward and speed. Gonna commit the lasso here for the kill. Tony surprisingly tanky. Gets the chain frost off and the spire, so the bounces will continue. Speed the post-mortem death. Oh, and Spec in as well.
oh,
the
those
egg and the
wolves.
sun ray healing them up. Those wolves are absolute rat bastards. But Hoodwink will die for the sins of the father.
I can't believe they got Fate that low there,
Yeah, that burst was
That's-
crazy.
just like in Wolves.
The big num sustained from the sun ray though. Impressive.
Radiant's top tower
Like
is
an
under
BKB
attack.
Got
coming
that
out
shard.
with the addition of the Assault Cuirass. And Alone trying to hunt under the cover of this ward. You think he's might find someone. Might find a courier, but
Dire's
Listen, I'm
bottom
just looking
tower
at this
is under
Bloodseeker
attack.
and wondering how they're ever gonna kill him.
that's you know how sometimes you don't address a question because you don't have the answer.
Yeah, that's quite alright.
That's kind of how I would treat it. Just let
There's the double Lincoln, slam him on the table.
yeah. You just put him on your Bloodseeker and let him run around and have some fun, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Or you prevent the Spectre jump.
Dire are scanning.
there's so many ways. Like, both of you could really use it as well. I think the one from the Magnus, since the Mag has a BKB, can go on somebody else. Pango will probably be selfish about his because he does kind of need it. He only gets the Manta style to get one of these silences off, and after that, he, well, if you get to, say, Sinister Gazed, for example, you'd really rather have that Lincoln's still at the ready.
Absolutely. Could give them a fold to, once they're ready to start breaching high ground. You just kind of like successively put it on whoever would be hitting the tower. Not a team that hits towers particularly well though. Wildcard.
No. No, but they have the advantage that all that displacement that works to their advantage in their own base would also work against the enemy base. And yeah, meant to be splitting.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Cloud brings the stormy weather with these wolves.
I think they've been nervous about fighting Yamsen for, like, they started doing that a little too early. I think they were already dodging him by the time that I was bringing up the gold difference not really changing. But by now they're definitely correct to not risk it anymore. That's level 5, that's the 2 rupture charges.
Oh man. Is there an item that they're looking for on the side of the Dire? Do we need hexes? How do we deal with that, or are we just perma dodge?
Listen, man, I'm seeing like a nullifier in the work. I'm seeing Tiny still working on finishing SNY. Like, I don't think there is a singular answer for it, just because he will have 2 BKBs with that refresher. Getting a hex out on him is going to be insane.
They gotta kill Roshan before he goes through the gate. The Dire set up bottom side, ready to receive him. We're gonna see the TB from Big Num as Roshan starts through the gate, surrounded on. Let's take a look bottom, walking through the wolves. They're gonna go under the cover of the smoke, so wolves won't see him. Now on the low ground, the Blood Right with a double stun from Alone here. The Spectre on the back end. Fade locks down. Lycan stunned up, and Alone getting dogpiled by the Dire. I don't know where he goes. He gets saved somehow. And now, nice.
What a mess.
It is chaos. Just coming here. Buyback on the 2 dead with the RP. Finally coming out on Fade, trying to buy some time here. Double King versus Yamsun. Who's gonna win here? The TP out no from Spec, and now showing up round 2.
No way.
Meant to be back for more. Looking for RCY. RCY gets the blink, trying to get out here. No basher, so no cancel. Cloud left with his hands empty, but might just find an Aegis falling into them.
I mean, I guess that's how you get him. The Bloodseeker bleeding out from the Blood Mist on his own, and you just hit him from the side with everything that Alone's got. The full Kanda, the toss, Cloud slaps him once, and it's over. Just like that.
Yeah, answer found, and I don't know where that Tiny went. He was trapped in the corner. He was getting just lambasted by everything the Radiant had. He just disappeared. Did he TP out somehow while getting like stunned?
He TP'd out, yeah.
Oh, the BKB will do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of those handy dandy Lycan roots on the Radiant side. So no, that was a TP out that just about worked. He was under the egg and everything.
Yeah. Wildcard. One of the follies there here of game 2. Letting Roshan get through that gate. Tough play, and now you're high ground. The siege on 2 lanes. Mid falling, bottom soon to join, as meant to be. Look to claim a win here in game 2, challenging Wildcard to a game 3. The recipe has been dug up from Grandma's cookbook. Let's see if it bakes well.
I think Grandma was a wolf, personally. I think Little Red Riding Hood found out.
All right. What big orchids you have there? All the better to silence you with, my dear.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Hunting. Got Fade with the ninja gear. Hoodwink responding in kind, but hand holding. 5 of Wildcard here. Not only do they have to deal with this Lycan wolf shard pushing in all the time, now they got 2 lanes of supers.
Yeah, no, we live here now. This is, you know, Alps can just sort of zoom out above the Radiant base and go for a coffee. Well, I say that. Wildcard is like, you what, woman?
They never expect the dive when we're behind. So let's smoke up and go for it.
This is one of the few opportunities that you're going to get, right?
Yeah, Spectre does have a Shadow Step available. RCY gets spotted out by the illusions here with the toss.
Fade also.
Found, had to pop the BKB immediately.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh,
Loses a third of his health. Just
fine,
off of
right?
Tiny tossing a tree at him. Yeah, it's just tiny things.
yeah. And toss not canceled by Lincoln.
Radiant's top tower is under
There.
attack.
Nope.
Up and the Shadow Step in on to speed. He gets found out in the jungle. In the woods, rather.
Yeah, I mean it's
Not where
it's
you want to
the
jump, bro. Oh, here
it's
we
where
go. Fade?
it's gonna
No.
be. He just got
Gets tossed
punched.
to the low ground. You rupture the Aegis target. You got another charge here and a refresher. Trick still up the sleeve of Yamson. I don't know if an ace card is one of them, though. Here we go. RCY rolling onto the low ground. Buyback on Fade. Yamson into the fight, looking for Cloud. BKB TP out. Will get out successfully. Now their attention turns to Alone on the Tiny. First life brought down. Egg already in the cooker. Tony gets the ult on with Fade on the background. That's a dieback
Look at
as he
that damage.
pops, stunning the Tiny here. The damage is immaculate. But now Yamson pops the refresher, another BKB. All of these rupture charges coming out of the Bloodstone.
Needs
Pop
kill.
Giga just TPing
Yes, he
away
can
here.
kill.
Yamson so low. The shield, no kills to rejuvenate it. RCY gonna find Tony here, but now Eggman brought to his knees and tossed back. Alone with the buyback. Coming back to the fight here. RCY, you need to just TP away from the fight. That's what everyone else is doing. Why won't it work for you, me? I'll do it. What's our buyback status? It's going crazy here, right? Lone
I
used his.
nothing left in the tank for Wildcard. Basically, they just have one for the Pangolier, and that's it.
Oh man, that's yeah. Putting
Radiant's
final
top tower
squeeze
is
on
under
here.
attack.
It's incredible. Like
Radiant's
the
structures
counter to
are
the
fortified.
Bloodseeker.
And the
Is to just let him bleed himself out.
the old Lycan Tiny synergy coming out here. The wolf bite on Alone. RCY rolling on the Spectre, on the Cloud. The toss back. Spectre and Spectral Step here. Chaos under the tier 4s. Wildcard deep in the trenches, deep in their fields. It's gonna be mega creep soon.
Has fallen. Radiant's top barracks has fallen. The Dire now have
Kids, if we want to play versus Megas, you might not have the opportunity to answer
No.
that as Big Num tossed to the Wolves. GG is called. Meant to be. Show that they can play Lycan as well.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, and
Dire
that makes it a really weird question to me as well, because now you gotta ask yourself, like, okay, it's cool that we got a game 1 win for one team, game 2 win for the other. It looked quite a lot harder for Meant to Be on the second, which is, well, kind of expected, but
Artistry. Chat, you won't be able to see this. It's already faded from the minimap, but we had some great Among Us art coming out. Very, very sus. But Kip, so what is the most explosive, the dynamic lane that you're anticipating here?
I mean, I want to say whatever lane the Dawnbreaker's in, right? But she's probably, like, she is going to be with a Lich that's not nearly as exciting as the Dawnbreaker Marcy. Like, it's such your instinct. Instinct is, oh, Dawnbreaker Marcy off lane. Let's go. You know, level 2, the murdering starts, and they won't stop coming, and they won't stop coming. But that is not quite what's going to be happening here.
I
So-
think the safe lane can have a little murder as a treat. Right?
True. I mean, especially with a Dawnbreaker versus what is going to be an Enigma Phoenix lane. I think you definitely have the possibility here to, as long as you keep your health up through the first level, you could just kill either one of them on level 2. That is entirely possible.
Yeah, and Gibbs, I think it's actually gonna be a 5 Phoenix with speed. So we're gonna have the Clockwork Enigma, which
Yeah.
that lane that totally changes that dynamic.
You're actually right.
If you
They-
get caught in those cogs with the Eidolon split, it is going to be dastardly dangerous. But
You're right,
friends,
that
once
changed the entire
again-
thing.
yeah. So here we go, friends. We are in game 3 of Wildcard versus meant to be. Winner stays in the upper bracket, loser cast to the lowers. And of course, we are continually blessed with the presence of Kips here, and I am Malibu Jesus taking you through on the mic. We don't have a smoke just yet, but does anyone have one in their bags? Yeah, we got one per side. Gonna be a late split here. You know, there's been in both games, there's always been at least one hero to give unit-based vision before the horn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, a little factoid. Oh, who dies first here, Kips? I want you to call the shot.
30 seconds.
I
to
call the
battle.
shot on a level 1 fight. I mean, you have the clockwork on Wildcard side. I think somebody on Meant to Be dies.
All right. Let's see if it holds true here. Meant to be on the high ground, tightly clustered. Big spread from Wildcard. Oh, Fade gets pinged out with the Eidolons. He's a good target. Big Num gonna fortify the high ground on the north
The
side.
battle begins.
It looks like Meant to Be might be limited to one bounty rune again. And oh, under the cover of the smoke, the Dawnbreaker does not reveal them. That's big. Clockwork kind of stays safe there because of it. Interesting. I do like the pairing of the Break of Dawn with Monkey King on your team as well. If you are trying to hunt somebody down around the day-night swap.
It's pretty insane.
Yeah.
Now, this mid lane.
What I please.
Oh,
Let's see what,
about the bottom lane. We get her close right away into. Oh, that's a big soul assumption right off rip. Yamson already down to the half health. Yeah. Blades of Attack, three iron branches. Interesting starting build here. A lot of damage for the gyro, but
Beagle
top
already
side.
pulling the creep wave.
Huh. Just not wanting to deal with the threat there.
That's a really good pull though, too. Yeah.
Oh, in the top lane though, we are seeing Double King with the first opening. Stuck in the cogs. Big Num gonna play some cog hockey. Misses the third puck. And Double King back under his tower.
No, this is exactly the big change here, right? If it's a Phoenix Enigma lane, you get to go for that kill on the level 2 Double King. But here, with the cogs, and as you said, the Enigma Eidolons coming in, Double King and Tony both need to play it really safe right from the start, and they're never really going to get that opportunity unless either of these two heroes misplays significantly. And I've got a feeling that the same sort of change took place on the bottom side, where because this is a double range lane right now, the Visage doesn't have an easy punching bag to, you know, bring low and then pump extra soul assumption damage from in that clockwork. He's not there anymore.
No, he's not. And Gips,
Dire's middle
both of these
tower
camps
is under
block
attack.
up here. I'm a little surprised to see the Radiant block the hard camp. Oh, but the rebound going in, disposing Yamson back into the fray here. Flat cannon pumping with the missile landing on a cloud. We will see first blood given to speed. Now Marcy. P-God maybe overstayed your welcome.
Yeah, that the death toll being extracted, but certainly the other way. I mean, luckily you don't get that bonus the other way around, thank the Lord. But hey, Double King, well, went in, pays the
out.
price accordingly as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that Eidolon split is nasty. Especially with the double wave here. Tony gonna try to survive the onslaught. And Double King gonna miss one or two creeps here, but we'll show up back in time to catch the rest.
Yeah, the fact that he's still gonna get 2 range creeps here is pretty darn important. That could have been a
especially
lot
this early
worse.
Speaking of worse, how's this mid lane looking to you, Kips? We've got a 15 and 4 Monkey King pouncing on RCY. No stun yet, so RCY unable to make some space.
Yeah, a very delicate balance for the Monkey King to play here, right? Like, as soon as you get within range to the Lina, you are already committed to going for her. So Alone has been actually playing this really very well.
with a simian stride.
Yeah.
Able to juke in the tree lines with the best of them. Tarzan will swing. And Yamson going straight for that Falcon Blade Rush. Been given a lot of region here by speed, I believe. Back top side. Big Num looking to contest the pull. Get some experience from the neutral creeps killing the camp, but it's got to be a little cautious. Doesn't want to eat a Starbreaker.
Yeah, exactly. I think the power of this clockwork only comes in if he's actually sticking with his Enigma.
Seeing
This
the
is
power
exactly
of the gap close from the dire safe lane, but now Big Num, he's got a lot of Eidolons backing him up, saying, go on, go get him, come on, come on. No cogs left, but the battery assault and the right clicks will be enough. Dawnbreaker falls again, 1 and 2. Gotta imagine Tony gasping for air here. Gets a Frost Blast off, has nothing left in the tank. Malefice stacking up. Does have some snap region with the wand and the fairy fire, but Cog Hockey and Wildcard brought their skates.
It's been this Fade Big Num lane every single time in all of the matches that we've seen today so far. It has been the big difference maker, and it's still holding up here.
Yeah, we do see on the mini map Alone in the tree line. Nighttime, but Alone gonna be able to cancel the salve. He's in the cogs. The salve still ticking. Fade pretty healthy. The hammer coming in after the staff. Buying time. Big Num giving up his life for the cause. Will Fade be able to get out? Double king under the tower. Simian stride getting him up and down. Alone brings down the Enigma, solving the puzzle for the dire safe lane.
Alone popping off here. I mean, that was a very necessary reversal of fortunes on top here as
Dire's
well.
middle tower
That was the
is
same
under
move that he
attack.
pulled last game with the tiny.
Yep,
Right.
a level 5. And this time, not even with a bottle or a rune to put into it.
Just a bow staff and a dream. All right,
Right.
RCY with the first level 6 in the mid lane. Alone gets it, but looks like he's still holding a point, maybe? Oh no. Wukong's command with B-God getting the dispose back into the statues. RCY breathing for air, but will not be able to get that final gas. Big Gum gets the cogs out. Alone just waiting for his turn to escape an amplified damage rune. Fortuitous for the dire, disastrous for the Radiant. Waiting in the river.
Dang. Getting that kill exactly on the Lina 6 before she can do anything. Taking now the first 80 rune of the game away from her as well. Yeah. Everything's coming up Alone right now. And now the real question of the Monkey King game begins, right? As we see Double King get assaulted once again on the top side. It's Tony who gets the worst of it.
Little bro Tony catching the spanking there, but big bro Alone has arrived. Oh, Visage does die in the off lane for them, but Alone stepping up. He knows the black hole is online. If you get this Eidolon split, you might have the requisite damage to bring down
Dire's
the
middle
king.
tower is under
However,
attack.
Wisdom Rune also the goal here for Alone. Gonna have to beat the TPing Enigma, but Big Num will snatch it up first, and Alone thinks better of the opportunity and just leaves.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if that was an opportunity at all. I mean, you forced the Enigma's TP there, I suppose, but that was playing with fire. Versus, like, trying to secure a rune versus the clockwork, hard. Trying to do that versus an Enigma with black hole, mission impossible.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, I feel like that's where we see Monkey Kings make the mistake a lot of the times. They have, like, a good avenue back into the game, and then they throw it away. So, disciplined approach from Alone there, certainly commendable.
And it's really all about the fact that you have the option to go fast and move fast here, and actually splitting that out with the fact that you also need to farm. Like, how much opportunity cost are you copying here?
Right, 8-minute rune coming up, and we'll see just what the cost is for the teams. Assumption on RCY, but the cogs are down for Big Num. Battle strike in with the Wukong's command. No rune, no problem. RCY says, see you later, nerds. I'm off to get the haste.
Yep, they were fighting over nothing down there, and now Alone. Yeah, that's not a lot of health you have there, my friend. Maybe step away from Alina for a sec.
Yep. This one's gonna singe you. Singe a little monkey fur there right off you. But we are gonna see another fire brewing down here. Yamson getting collapsed. collapsed on, not saved by Speed Sunray. No egg to boot, but a black hole pulling 2 in, and the birds, and now Lena has arrived. RCY looking to get high in the sky, establishing for Tony here. Big stun, not enough. No follow-up damage. Soul Assumption, however, returning the favor. Still no 6 on your supports for the Radiant here.
And nothing for this Lich on the Dire. The March is actually level 4 as well, so all of the supports still grasping.
Right. Just hoping. Can I have a morsel, please? Just one bite.
No, please, sir.
No, you cannot have another. Oh, there we go. Speed gets the XP somehow. Now, what are the early game build-ups here? We got Cloud going for the drums after double Null Talisman build. Alone in the trees with B-God on the outskirts here. Oh, this could be another death for the Gyro. The wraparound happening. Monkey scouted. I think they kind of feel that it's safe here. Yeah. Wukong's canceled. Rebound in with the dispose to keep him contained here. The TP canceled. Yamson left on an island. Will die. Disjoints the missile with the mischip also. Okay. That's enough of one.
Just a little flex.
Yeah. Big Num trying to get his level 6 here on the top side of the map. Full and action bottom speed. Getting roamed on. No egg. And another kill, but B-God will have to wait a second to use his TP. Cheeky little play there. And, you know, they destroy the tree, so that gives them a little bit of extra radial vision with that tree gun. They plant the observer up down high ground.
I've always really enjoyed that ward. It's very hard to make your way from the bot lane to anywhere when that ward is up, especially once the tier 1 is down on that lane.
Absolutely. And you usually think, you know what, tier 1's getting challenged, I'll TP into the tier 2, I'll be safe. No, you will not. Okay. 2-person smoke with the double level 6 of the Radiant supports. Alone might be the target, but he does have a backing. B-God roaming a little far away. And our next pause. No black hole for another 26. Building up to a Vlad's offering on the Enigma. Do you think they just want to keep fighting early and prevent this this monkey from getting out of control?
I mean, I almost want to say that fighting early is the way that the monkey keeps on having a good time. At the tempo at which this is going, like perhaps a little bit more chill would give Alone less opportunities, but on the other hand, I think the worst has already happened. Like, there is aggressive vision in your jungle right now. You can't really move through that part of the map anymore. You have the Marcy and pretty decent ship to keep on moving up on you as well. It's a tough choice. The question is, are you prepared to bring in your Gyrocopter? And if I look at the skill build here, only a single point in the rocket barrage, I don't think that's going to be happening. And I think that Wildcard has to pick their next moves very carefully, because this Alina is also only just at BOTs, and you need a while before the Aghanim Scepter just yet.
Yeah, only 900 gold in the bank for this Lina. Interesting skill build on the Gyro. The 1-2-2-1 still holding a point. Why would you go 2 points in the homing missile? That's my biggest question. Instead of, I don't know. You get inside of the mind of a evil genius like Yamson. Sometimes you get lost, right?
I mean, you get a insane amount of extra damage out of it, right? Like compared to what it was previously.
Yeah, it's double. It goes up by 90 every time, every level.
Yeah.
Maybe just looking to lock down the Visage and not give him a chance to get the return damage on the Soul Assumption.
It's possible that it was just like that for the lane.
Sure. Now he's going to disappear into the woods for the next 20 minutes. See you never, Yamson. Alright, so that smoke just didn't happen in the mid lane. Retooling your targets. The Dawnbreaker's just north.
Radiant structures are fortified. Are scanning. Dire's top
Alone
tower
showing
is
on the
under
mid
attack.
wave here, but
Radiant's
not gonna
bottom
go.
tower has fallen.
Wildcard lose their
Dire's
tier
top
1
tower has
in the
fallen.
safe lane. Gain the tier 1 in the off lane, so a little bit of trading happening. This
Just
is about, it's about even as any game has been so far, Kips.
it has been, yeah. Nobody particularly. I mean, the momentum definitely
Dire's top
looked
tower
to be
is under attack.
on the side of meant to be for a little while there, with Alone making so many moves that all end up working out for him. But now with his mid tower gone, it does look harder for him to find a good vantage point.
Sure. Yeah, fewer focal points to get that fight centered around. And now you have to wait for that black hole again, because it's back off the cooldown.
On the other hand,
Oh.
though, you are going to get the help of Cloud in sieging the enemy mid tower.
Oh, the smoke breaks. The gaze onto Big Num here. B-God going in. The solo assumption to follow. But he survives the initial jump and the second and third jump. RCY looking for a kill here. The Marcy does fall. Fade waiting in the tree line for his opportunity, but the birds will spot him out. So a nice disengage from the Dire. We'll kill the familiars. Resummon available in 10 seconds. So, and Alone back in and out. That Simeon stride gets me every time. Speed might have to pop the egg here. Waiting till the last second. Alone overstays his welcome. RCY now hot on pursuit. Pulls back off. The shield Rooney knows there are some respawns happening.
And Alina was very low mana throughout the entirety of that fight. I meant to be
Yeah.
really looking for an opportunity to make use of the fact that if she pops the Laguna at any point, she has literally no follow-up.
Right. Yeah. And also the Dawnbreaker. You don't know where she is. She's farming up somewhere, has Solar Guardian to join the fray. You can certainly get into the deep end very quickly.
Yep. On the other hand, though, Wildcard fought that one on the Dire side, didn't actually lose much from it at all, and it meant that the entire possible assault on their mid tower was headed off.
And now we're seeing the Crystallis finished on the Gyrocopter. Fade picks up his fully finished Vlad's going Shard Blink. So a lot of presence with the auras and just the map pressure from these Eidolons. And you know, once we get a level in Midnight Pulse,
Radiant's
another
middle
tool
tower
to
is
deal with
under
this Monkey King. Bring him down out of the branches.
Radiant are scanning.
Yeah, and I think he's so far played pretty fast and loose with that, but you're completely right. Between, well, the Phoenix, as well as this Midnight Pulse, look at that, the deforestation going down.
Oh no, Big Num. Misses the hook. A little bit of deforestation. You know, it hurts some folks, some ecosystems, woodland creatures, but
Radiant's
jury's
bottom
still out.
tower is
It's
under
the circle of
attack.
life.
yeah, and then we build a house. Right.
Well, I've heard that if you do that, then the houses become part of the circle, and it's the houses that burn down instead of the trees.
Oh, okay, mid lane, Alone, in and out.
Dire's
Back
top
and
tower
forth.
is under attack.
Yeah. He's got his Maelstrom on the Monkey King, so
Radiant's
sitting
bottom tower
fourth
is
in the
under
net
attack.
worth.
Radiant are
Decent
scanning.
place.
Yeah. This is in the pacing that you can get to actually build up that Maelstrom on the Monkey King. He's been really active, like farming this up mostly on kills, and now he could switch over into a more farm-heavy playstyle if he so desired.
Tony, he's found the Enigma with the gaze and the Solar Guardian coming in, the crashing hammer, stunning him up. Has the black hole snap reaction, does not survive. Visage though, right, breaking out here. Double King in, Double King out. Solar Guardian, Solar Flare burning a little bit here. Egg will not come out.
In the ashes, Phoenix.
Snap reaction from meant to be. Gonna get him 2, perhaps 3 kills. Cloud almost gets it. A bird auto attack will not land. Mr. Big Num walks out.
That is some high risk, high reward play there from Double King, doing the calculations on that Enigma, and he was not quite good enough at math.
Yeah.
But luckily for him, getting saved by the soul assumption in the end there.
Do you think that letting go of that black hole there is the right choice?
It is your opportunity to turn, certainly, because otherwise the Dawnbreaker is back out and your Lina is going to have to chase uphill into the enemy formation. you're not fighting at all anymore if you don't drop it there.
Oh no. With B-God having Unleash ready.
That is very expensive and a little unnecessary. You're a Lina that far up on your own.
Yeah. No Ags either, so you don't have the Flame Cloak to fly away over the tree line if you need to get a quick get out of jail free card. Instead, you're put into respawn jail.
Think about what you've done. I mean, one of the things you're doing though is buying time for this gyrocopter.
Who almost dies to the Ancients, by the way, walking away with 90 health. But forces joined, meant to be in the mid lane. When do you think they want to start pressuring this tier 1 tower mid?
5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
No. They've gotten headed off or distracted by either opportunities or just straight up a full fight from Wildcard several times now. Like they have been trying, it just hasn't been working, and a lot of that is down to Wildcard running interference. So that's mostly props to Wildcard there.
Radiant's top
Wildcard with the
tower
good
is under attack.
interference and the wave clear, but now the birds have arrived top with Monkey King backing them. Only Yamson around, and I think this is going to be a good avenue for Mint to be to continue challenging the farming patterns of the gyrocopter as he starts reaching for that Dragon Lance and later items, but he's skipping the Aghanim Scepter altogether.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire are
Yep.
scanning.
I'm wondering if that has something to do
Radiant's
with
top
the
tower is
availability
under
of the
attack.
Blade Mill on the Dawnbreaker, but
Dire's bottom tower has
also
fallen.
certainly something we're just needing to be ready
True.
pretty soon because we're not waiting for any carry involvement anymore here. Like Double King will come in at any time. He is
Ag's finished on Lena. Black Hole in 5 alone exposed. You gotta pop the Monkey King first, right?
Yeah, absolutely if you can. But that's going to be super hard with the Dawnbreaker coming in over the top.
Over the top is RCY. Spots out the smoke. Breaks it on a couple of heroes.
Radiant are
Okay, I like
scanning.
Fade jungling here a little bit. The Eidolon split and get some vision up on that high ground. It could be a grief if meant to be get the early jump, but otherwise I feel like it's a purposeful move.
No, he's optimizing, he's getting some vision. And the entire, like, this again, Wildcard here, coming from the flank, determining where they put themselves, cutting that midway from the side, means that, again, meant to be did not get their grubby little hands on that mid tower. It's still up, 20 minutes now, they've made 2, like, full 4-man attempts now. Neither
Yeah.
of them came even close to touching the tower.
Double King in
Been waiting
dangerous
for this.
territory here. The stun, the sun ray, the damage already under half health. Get to the blade mill, but it's too late. Your carry, dead. And Alone has no mana. So his contributions to this fight gonna be pretty limited here.
Dire's bottom
Big
tower
Num
is
searching.
under attack.
He's got cogs in 1. Does he pop them? Oh, Phoenix diving to the top side with the Frost Blast onto 1 here. But that's just the clockwork. You can afford to lose him.
Yep, that's fine.
Still.
RCY still lane in DPS.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Careful on that Tormentor speed. Oh no. Everyone else is TPing out. This is a dead bird. You know, I've seen dead birds. I know when I see a dead bird, that's a dead bird.
Yeah.
Little stun on the Monkey King as the tree gets pulled back. Nice.
You know, it makes me so happy that the Visage Familiars have their little hats too.
Yeah.
That's delightful.
If only the Eidolons had them.
Santa's little helpers.
Oh. You know, every Christmas you need some good elves at your back. Visage supplies his own. Boots of Bearing online as well. Holds off on getting the shard. Going for the pipe afterwards here. Okay, Alone gets spotted out, but we'll still be able to get away.
Yeah, the thing with that Monkey King is that sure you can see him, but your window to react to him is so small.
Right. Yeah. Especially once he gets this Mage Slayer online, it's going to reduce some of the magic damage. So will you be able to break that 95% threshold on Simeon Stride? It's another question to ask yourself. But
Yeah, like you can't just rocket flare and then and be happy anymore. That's not gonna do it.
Radiant's bottom tower
yeah,
is
unfortunately,
under
and
attack.
Bignum going to be awarded the shard from the first Tormentor kill. On the Radiant side, at least. A little jetpack action ready to go.
Invisibility.
And we get the rebound upgrade for the Marcy a little bit back, so it can be cast on enemies. Get some speed boost for the Marcy herself as well.
Right, that cooldown reduction, you're gonna have the chance to sometimes get 2, maybe even 3 rebounds off in a fight if you're not focused down, which can be a big boost.
Well, she might not be focused out very often because she's making very decent pace on the BKB right now. The
Yeah.
B-God has been moving up a lot on his top wave. Very
Bignum
far.
in the air, puts the cogs down for Cloud. Trying to bring him down from a range here. They found another target. Who shot onto Tony? Light Strike Array misses. Gyrocopter actually goes down on the other side of the map. Lich will fall, so 2 for 1. Amplified damage rune. Big strength for this Monkey King.
Radiant's
Oh
top
man,
tower
and
is
I was
under
about to
attack.
praise Wildcard for how well they've been holding their position during these fights, because a lot of these awkward engagements with only the Clockwork in front and making
Oh,
the Stun
no.
Ray and Unigma do all the work,
RCY.
that's unnecessary,
Yeah.
are
Agreed.
down to avoiding the Dawnbreaker and or the Monkey King turning the fight. Like, very good positioning, but if you lose your Gyro on the other side, then especially just leaving RCY there in...
This was over.
What a miscommunication.
Yeah. Yeah. Miscommunication.
High and
over.
dry.
And back to the drawing board here, but Fade surrounded does get the Malphus off. Quick hands paying off. Bignum puts Baby in the corner and alone with the shard gets out. What a great tool. Egg coming out as V-God jumps the backline. They use the black hole to keep him
Not
in.
good enough.
Idle pumping the damage. It might just be Double King joining the fray, looking to bring him down with the Malphus, stop him in his tracks. Tony gets the frost chain of bounce. Keep it going, folks. Cogs doing
Everybody's
a lot
stuck
of
in the
work.
cogs.
Double King, the bounces coming from the Dire, coming from the Radiant. Putting the Lich on ice. Cloud trying to get out now. Travels RCY, he's back. He's ready for revenge. Starts with Marcy, looking for more. Cloud in the water. Let's see if he can swim. Only missile lands. 1 stun, 2 stun, 3 stun, and then Cloud probably gonna hit the floor. 5 dead for Mint to be.
Red stun, blue
Dire's
stun.
bottom tower is under attack. Dire's
Ay,
structures are
and
fortified.
there you went from meant to be making 2 very good separate moves. First the pick off on the Gyrocopter, then grabbing RCY, who just simply doesn't retreat with the rest of the team, into... I don't even know if that was a fight, really. You're trying to save alone there, but you're not bringing... You're not getting an opportunity for the Solar Guardian turnaround there.
Yeah, no
And then-
turnaround, no dispel either for him. Oh,
I gotta say, like the Sunray Cogs Midnight Pulse has been
big.
nuts this game.
Yeah, I really am enjoying seeing the Boundless Strike Shard come to use. It really can be a nice
It's a
escape.
great solution.
But it's like once every 15 seconds. Then if you have to use it twice in a row, it's like, do I really want my big damage ability to just go for escaping?
Radiant's middle tower is
Alright,
under
yeah, so
attack.
picking up the Aegis first Roshan death here at 25 minutes. Good timing. Fades tonight, so vision gonna be reduced here, but I feel like with Monkey and the trees and the familiars, meant to be might have a better advantage at night. Not 100% sure. The flare is available with the clockwork, of course, and the jetpack. Eidolons give you some eyes on the ground. Nothing overhead.
The Visions only has 2 familiars to match up against all of that. Cloud's been keeping him close by. He is going for the full aura build as well. He's got the Boots of Bearing. Now the pipe, of course, for Zelina. Somebody needs to build the pipe, but you're more than happy to have a Visage do it, because he's a happy carrier regardless.
Pipe enjoyer, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But other itemization coming out. We see a Shadow Blade on RCY. Little tool to get in and out. Fade working on that BKB. Force Staff on speed. A little extra flexibility. Yamston got the pike finished with the Grove Bow. Great pairing. And a smoke move from Wildcard. Want to put a move on with this Aegis. But a good dodge. from Mint to B.
There's going to be some aggressive vision net down right now, though. Bignum moving all the way forward. I don't see a good way to hold the top tower anymore, especially not if you lose, say, B-God right now to this pick off.
Rebound does get him out of the cogs, but not out of the grave. Controlled. And Alone. Getting active down here. Damn, he's fast into those trees. Mjolnir online. Good tool to deal with the Eidolons. Clear those up, and he dodges the Midnight Pulse. He's the fastest kid alive.
He is, but he's clearly also learned that as far as it comes to this mid tower, Wildcard has a hair trigger. Like, it's still up, by the way. We're nearing 30 minutes. Every single time Meant to Be has wanted to breathe on it. It's been disallowed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's certainly a no-fly zone for Meant to Be. Amazed that you just don't start to send familiars at it when they're off cooldown.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's starting to... You're starting to want to put your Leshrac there in the trees. Oh,
He found him. He found him.
Out.
The Glimmer stave from Tony does get revealed. Now he's in the cogs. Sword Guardian coming through, but the Guardian's not strong enough. Gyrocopter blow still pumping the damage. Double King. The black hole on the backline controlling B-God, bringing him to his knees. Double kill for RCY. Punch forward. Gyrocopter respawning with the Aegis damage onto Tony and Double King. East side of the fight, but a big heal from the Eidolon. Dawnbreaker able to navigate those adds pretty nicely. And on the west side of the fight, we're going to see RCY bring down the Visage. Dire offlaner brought to his knees, but the chase isn't over yet, folks. We got more action by the rune. Tony with a cheeky Glimmer Cape play. Fade is able to steal it though.
It's a big loss. Once again, Alone dead right off the bat. This was always going to happen at some point. We talked about how many abilities there are to cut him out of the trees. It becomes so hard. Not even the Dawnbreaker can keep him alive. And then, of course, the problem is, you can see Double King thinking about that as well. If you go in on that, you put yourself into the exact same circle of death that just killed your other core. He loses so much health to that as well. The only thing that sort of saves the fight for them there is the fact that the Aegis gets taken down by the Visage, and it takes both the Gyrocopter as well as the Lina forever to chew through him.
Fade gets found by Alone and the Cloud Familiars. This is a very good pairing. Yeah, you just put the Familiars on follow for Alone and share unit control. Just say, have fun.
Yeah, I mean, they could have been doing that a little bit more often. Okay, I gotta say, the Christmas hat on the tree, like when the Monkey King is turned into a tree, the placement of the Christmas hat. Yeah, I think the placement of the hat is a little sus.
Yeah, needs a little retooling. You know, if every tree on the map had a hat, sure.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
But you know, maybe next Frostivus will have it changed up a little bit. And oh no, Yamsa gets found out. He's under the Solar Guardian, controlled by all of the Dire Heroes. He goes down dead for 70. RCY arrives, but it's just a little too late. And now we might see this tier 1 go down, but not before Speed gets hit with the bow staff Alone, in and out. B-God leading the charge here, but a Force Staff find a little bit of space. Double King on the chase, and the day to night get vision of the full force of the Radiant here. The egg gets popped. Bignum soon to follow, and on the north side, RCY fighting for his life, but will be brought down by 3. It's an absolute disaster for Wildcard. It's looking to be just all jokers in the deck here. Fade revives, comes back, but for what? Mr. Fade, it's not just serious. It shouldn't be here. He goes down, dead for another minute. Meant to be. Showing they've got the staying power.
They do, and now indeed you can finally get that mid tower, but Wildcard, that is prime save your buddy syndrome. There's nothing else I can talk about there. They're all moving to get to that Gyrocopter, but he's already dead before anybody gets there. Split up, chased out by a Monkey King.
Yeah, that night-day cycle was pretty brutal.
Yeah,
And
they do not get to flee there. Everybody revealed. Your entire Delta split. You're going 3 different ways and you're getting chased 3 different ways.
Yeah, but big takeaways from that fight. Looks like a 5.2k net worth swing, I believe. Wildcard still ahead
No.
on. No?
It's gonna be more like almost a 10k swing from the single fight. Between
Oh,
all the deaths and 2 of the towers, they were
oh, sure.
on 10k.
Yeah. Yeah, I had not considered the towers. That is certainly something I overlooked. Yeah. So 10k is going to afford you what? Are we looking for another BKB? We looking for... Yeah, BKB on B-God is going to be a huge problem. That's just freedom to kill the egg whenever.
Yep.
What else do we really want here on the Dire? Shard picked up on Dawn. Pretty big.
Yep. She's going to upgrade into Harpoon pretty soon. Especially versus the Phoenix. It's going to do really well for you.
Kind of surprised. Nah, the Mjolnir is perfect on the monkey. I was like, I don't necessarily miss the days of Gleipnir on every single hero, but catch is certainly nice. All right.
It is, yeah. But that, that joke that I was making with the Lycan earlier, like you're balanced around not having a disable.
Yes.
Gleipnir made especially Nature's Prophet, for example. But then again, Nature's Prophet also had that issue with the root on the Bloody Sprout. Like, all these heroes that are balanced around not having a disable.
Beacon of Sprout, an opportunity for a kill. Sprouting up right in front of us here. Gets found out, uses the Gravekeeper's cloak, and the Sword Guardian. The Dire want this fight. Yamson might just die again. No Satanic yet, and he goes down. 2 dead again for Wildcard.
Yeah, so that thing earlier where a Cloud is extremely hard to kill, even by the Lina and the Gyrocopter together. Oh, the RC
Lina by
third
herself.
time.
Not a hard target to kill at all. Uses the Ethereal Blade, will get stunned up here by the Dawnbreaker. The BKB pop the bird balls, and RCY soon to follow. Save Your Friend Syndrome is spreading like wildfire. But Fade trying to get inoculated here. Just go split push. See if it works out. You're probably gonna lose at least one, maybe 2 lanes.
Structures are fortified.
I mean, at least your Gyrocopter is going to come back, but the question is how afraid is meant to be going to be of that without the Lina, without the threat of that burst. Is Monkey King brought in a full BKB just now?
Radiant's middle barracks
Yeah,
has fallen.
MK BKB, just right off of the truck, and Fade. Oh my God, he might get put in the hearse. Alone, still on the trees. He cuts him down, but he jumps off before BKB applied here. Fade buying really a large amount of space. But now the Sword Guardian gonna be invested. Everything is just thrown into the kitchen sink.
Yeah. And this is a pretty worthwhile gamble to take if you're meant to be, because you just run into the pit, right? And it's, it's kind of a shame that it's going to take a little longer, but you could have been instantly rewarded there.
Yeah. The instant Roshan gratification would have been, I think, it, meant to be, would have lived up to their name right there if Roshan's in the pit.
Yeah, it was simply meant to be.
All right, Yamson, what do you need, brother? This BKB not yet online. Gonna go for the Ags after the BKB, but I don't know. Do you need more damage, or do you just need to survive?
I feel the thing that they're suffering the most from is that they just don't have a frontliner in these fights in that regard. I'm thinking that hopefully being able to stand in the middle as the Gyrocopter is going to change some of that, because right now the Gyrocopter has to back off each and every time before the Lina has even found a good target. And then the Lina gets murdered.
Yeah, she has not had an easy go of it. RCY started off strong. Now 8-5-1. Will be saving up for a BKB of their own. As Roshan has respawned, it's pinged out by Meant to Be. Even with Enigma, I don't know if you're strong enough to challenge, but they think they are. Wildcard.
Radiant are scanning.
I mean, they have the clockwork right. They're going to have vision of the entire situation the entire time. The question is, are they going to get there fast enough? With the unleash
Roche.
popped?
No chance. They might get a kill after, but B-God already storming ahead, trying to break any smokes. Courier will be spotted out, kind of giving away some relative positioning, but Double King leading the charge here. Yamson's in. This is a last-ditch effort, trying to bring him down. Cloud getting low, but the Wukong's command going to be a big boon with that armor. Clockwork already down. The gripping fade. No black hole going to come out here. We see the BKB pop. He's trying to control him, but it's just a supreme amount of physical damage bringing him down. Gyrocopter to fall as well. We might be seeing the deck just kind of get spread around the room here. Wildcard lose 2. Meant to be, hold on to everybody. Actually, Wildcard lose 3. That's a big number buyback.
Yeah. Exactly. No, the Gravekeeper's Cloak from the Visage there, making sure that all of the damage that gets bumped into him at the start, trying to take all of those auras away, is for nothing. And then you still have to fight the other auras, but now you're split up, your burst is gone, and all those auras are still going. Extra armor from the AC, the pipe, magic resist.
God, he's got a full AC and a craggy coat online. Yeah, if you pop that craggy coat before you go Gravekeeper's Cloak, you're not dying. Or the stone form, yeah. So you're just not dying with that on, as we've seen time and time again. Ooh. Last lane of Rax up for bargain. And a little bit of burst damage here on the Monkey King. Pipe is applied. The magic damage reduced
No way.
here. He goes down for the first time. Chain Frost blasting. Egg coming out with the Sun Ray combo. Gonna bring down Tony. And alone getting a little speed boost here as the offensive effort is redoubled from Wildcard. Shard will help get you out of ground a little bit. And Yamson. Back to doing what he does best. Hitting creeps.
Yeah, the question is really if hitting creeps is going to ever get you out of this conundrum, right?
It might not be.
Look at that fall. That went all the way from 10k ahead to 10k behind.
Yeah. That's a cliff, if I've ever seen one. Looking like Mount Dota there. Mount Dotarist.
We have all fallen off of this particular cliff once or twice in our times.
Yeah, once or twice, you know. Certainly not every other match, but, you know, could happen to anybody. Could happen to anybody out there.
Yeah, I always say that, you know, it happens to, it can happen to the best of us, but maybe slightly less often.
Certainly. A Mindbreaker picked up on both Double King and Yamson. RCY getting the Time Look Relic. Certainly a massive boon to his power. Do you think we're going to see any one-shots come out? Probably not for a while, right?
No, I mean, he's been walking around with the full combo for a while. And it hasn't happened. He just never seems to get his hands on any of the supports. And
Big Num trying to scout for the team. Okay, scouting with a little bit of hockey, but no pucks landing.
alone.
Fade in, gets the stun by bringing him back out of the trees. You got a really tight cluster here. Hook shot misses the mark. They're trying to drag you into their vision that I think you cannot follow. Wildcard recognize this. The Lina TP's away. Hope they can make it back in time to respond to this pressure on the top wave.
Yeah, lots of baiting going on by Alone there.
Radiant are scared.
And really wants to get them to engage in. I don't think that meant to be quite has the tools to actually properly initiate on their own here. The draft doesn't really allow it. So Alone making sure that he is the one, because he is the one that can turn.
Right.
He's the one that the fight starts on.
Yeah, every fight that they've been able to react to has just gone so far in their favor for the past 10 minutes on Meant to Be. And I feel like why would you change the recipe, you know?
Exactly. No, this is something that inexperienced teams do pretty often, where they start winning by a certain formula, and because they get confident, they stop following the formula.
The tip's coming out for the missed hook shot, and let's stay true to the formula here. Meant to be. They're showing discipline. They back up. Yamson showing on the wave, though. You got to imagine TP response coming out. Yamson getting caught
Right,
out.
now immediately.
Away. Won't have the Solar Guardian in time to cancel the ult. An amazing stroke of luck. Fueled by greed.
Yeah, that was pretty darn close, though. Well, at the very least, that Break of Dawn on minus 40 shows absolutely nothing that Meant to Be can do something with.
7 seconds. And it's going to be your 7-second duration in the next one. Tormentor now awarding gold to the Radiant. Almost everybody in this game has buyback. Big Num limited by time. Marcy Lich limited by about 500 and 600 gold respectively. Do you like this gym on Big Num, or do you think it's too risky to have picked up? And a gym also on Monkey King. Damn.
Yeah. No, like, for Meant to Be, definitely needed to have a gem around to properly get to squeeze out the last bit out of this map, but not really working. And I think that for Big Num, it's okay for him to carry the gem around in moments like this, just because they have so much vision between the Eidolons and between his own rocket flares, right? He's got good escapes, the jetpack. And this is one of the reasons that they have not been pushed off of the map just yet.
Right. We do see a smoke. Gonna get all 5 players involved. A little bit of tag. Bringing Yamson into the fray. Big wave gonna be met with some spells from Lena and on the prowl. No flare yet. They don't want to reveal their position. Who's got to die first here? I feel like there are multiple answers and none of them are incorrect. It's so rough.
I mean, could be the clockwork.
Yeah.
Could be. I mean, wanted to say could be the Monkey King, because Alone
No way
has
they
been
do this.
flirting with... Yeah, he's so tanky right now, right? But at the same time, he's been asking for it.
Right. Yeah, you got Cloud sending Eidolons, or not Eidolons, sorry, birds in your base over and over. Just getting the opposite lane pushed in and then dragging them over. But frustration's starting to build here for Wildcard. Struggling to maintain their discipline, but another smoke coming out from Meant to Be. It seems like they're just taking turns, trying to poke and prod.
Whenever there's one available for purchase.
Yeah.
I'm here hoping for somebody to be behind this bottom wave.
Yamson picks up the Wisdom Rune, trying to get close to that 25 extra black down. High ground defense. We see Sheepstick picked up on RCY. This is going to be no buyback for the lead. Oh,
Bought out as the only core in the game without a buyback currently.
oh man.
Oh, that's not true. Yamson also bought out.
Is revealed. Yamson buying out. Is going Rapier here. Oh, they found Alone into the fray. He gets brought down. The Solar Guardian coming down, and you can't cancel this one. You're going for a crash landing double king. So we see the BKB Fierce. Yes is the answer. Speed gets the stun. The Speed Gaming fans report in.
So how many points is that one worth?
I'm gonna give myself just one. Keep it competitive.
Alright.
Keep it competitive.
No, it was only a matter of time, right?
Yeah.
So,
Do you think a
return
Roche or
to-
get lanes? What do you think, Kips?
I mean, you're hoping that you're going to get the opportunity to take the Rocher, and Meant to Be. I don't know if you can buy back for this, because you don't have Solar Guardian. It's such a big part of your plan, especially because you were the ones that needed to be in position first. I think you let this go.
Oh,
Absolutely disastrous.
And you see what's in that third inventory slot, Kips. This is what I've been waiting for. Yeah, we'll try and refresh a shard. And, wait, what the hell? Why does Clockwork have it? Clockwork, fine fade, please. He doesn't need the wand, I swear.
Yeah, I'm a little
Hands it off to Phoenix. Okay.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's
they
more
want
like it.
like 4 Sunrays. 4 Sunray, double egg feels pretty good as
Perhaps.
well. But you see, Speed is saving up for a refresher orb of his own.
Incoming.
This will save him buyback though. Oh, this amp damage rune in the top river
It's gonna get
could
found.
be the game.
Coming in.
Yeah.
Rapier, yeah,
So,
bottled up
yep.
on Yamson. Oh man.
And now meant to be cannot simply bait for a fight anymore. Whoever they bait with is simply going to die.
Couple buybacks in close reach for the Dire. And also, all the space has given RCY the chance to farm up for almost his buyback, just about 200 gold short.
Yeah, he's
Those
gonna get that in a
skills
fight no matter what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, this Lina innate. Speaking of in a fight with Lina, so strong. Just spreading that damage in an AoE combustion.
It's pretty silly.
Yeah, I feel like it's I mean, everyone that's playing competitively right now is certainly aware of it, but I feel like it hasn't really been dug into a ton or capitalized on. I don't know, maybe if I'm just reading into it too much, it's like a kind of like a gimmicky thing, but I think there is a lot of potential there.
Dire's
Like
just
Fatal
wondering-
Bond.
is under attack.
What were you wondering about, Kips?
No,
Sorry
no,
to cut you
about
off.
how they're thinking about taking this high ground here, and the answer is they're not really forcing the issue right now.
Yeah, I feel like you're kind of relying on Alone to be overconfident, scouting with vision, and you find him jumping around in the trees. Do see the squeeze starting to get put on.
Here's
Cheeky
that
Dire's bottom
80
tower
though.
is
Look at
under
this tower
attack.
go.
Oh yeah.
Radiant are scanning.
Alone is back in time to defend. All spells ready. Only 2 buybacks missing in the game.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
Right, top lane is pushing in. Okay, B-God goes in, misses the jump. Now Yamson taunting. Wants to hit this melee barracks.
Dire's
Fall down coming out to cancel possible blinks. Get a little bit of damage and vision. That's a lot. B-God is hurt and has to walk back to the fountain. You don't have your Marcy to initiate here. Gonna have to rely on someone else.
Dire's bottom
And
barracks
that is a lane of racks down. A friendly body block by the Eidolon. And you are losing a tier 3 tower on your last remaining lane of racks to a double catapult wave. RCY able to clean it up just in time. But that is painful.
They've equalized on the opposite side of the map right now, though. That is way more important because now all you have to do is this mid wave.
But a smoke from both teams. Kip, this is gonna be the game. It's gotta be it. Here we go. The smoke is broken. Speed caught out. Solar Guardian coming down there on Fade. He's gonna die. Has to buy back immediately. And now Yamson getting grouped up on as the Aegis will be respawning. Wukong's command will next circle down. RCY on the outskirts. Can they lock down Yamson? Hurricane Pike to the outside. Getting that flat cannon. The attacks are mounting here. Turning energy. Looking after Alone and Tony. Chasing on the mid lane. RCY as the BKB, but he's unable to get on top of anybody. Meant to be. They lose the Marcy, but they get 2 kills and a buyback.
Yeah, taking that Aegis out of the way. Huge. Refresher shard immediately handed over to the Gyrocopter though for a refresh of that BKB, and they're just pushing it.
They want to take. They got the smoke. Big Num lands on the backline. Buyback on the Marcy. BKB used on. Oh my god, the black hole's up on the Wind Waker's save. Big Num trying to get in the fray. First egg coming out, and it's not going to be a second trick. Fresh shard was handed off, and B-God going for the handoff of his own. Looking for Yamson, trying to chase, but he's going to settle for Fade. Pulling the Enigma in. Just dead immediately! The Chain Frost is bouncing between the Eidolons and Fade, and your pets betray you. Speed trying to get out. They found Alone. Another Wind Waker save coming out, though.
Can he outlive steal this?
From the gyro, he
No.
cannot outlive steal this. He falls. A buyback on Visage, trying to get in there, clean up the wreckage. Big Num throwing his life for another kill opportunity. RCY on the outskirts throws a spell or two. Cloud arriving though. You gotta be careful.
Yes,
Buyback
another
on Big
Laguna.
Num.
Sweet.
Let's see if he can have a big impact. RCY brings down the Lich. The buyback comes out. Solar Guardian coming in, crashing down onto Cloud. Won't hit anybody even after a very long delay. I'm running out of breath. RCY gets hit with the Starbreaker. Blink after landing. That's dead
back
Lena.
on.
Chaos ensues. Lena buys back. Big Num going back in. Gets the boots of travel too on top of the Dawnbreaker. No, RCY, you cannot die twice. You gotta get out of the Thunderdome. Returning it. Another Wind Waker save. That's the third this same fight. Big Num trying to get out of danger. Probably falls. Soul Assumption gets him down, and that's a dieback on your Clockwork. 3 heroes alive per side. Bloody, battered, defeated. Everyone limps back to base except this big mid wave coming down the stretch for Mint to be.
And you know what? I think Wind Waker is a little underbought these days.
Yeah.
That was insane, the amount of value that they get out of that. And Wildcard just cannot afford to focus this Visage, so you get time after time that he gets to sit around, gets to reduce all of the damage, and gets to save people with his Wind Waker. Double King gets to live off of it, means that he still has his buyback. And, well, on the other side, of course, as Wildcard, you are quite happy to escape with Rapier in hands there. And yeah, he has a Satanic now, thank the Lord.
Oh, finally. Thank you, Yamson. Thank you, Yamson. I'm so tired of not seeing lifesteal on my buddy.
Them storming up the high ground there, like, yeah, sure, you have the Refresher and you have the Rapier, but you don't have a lifesteal. Like, that's a big deal for the But you know what? I can't say that the damage was limited, but get away with it for now.
Let's evaluate the buyback situation now that we have a little bit of breathing room. Time gated on buyback, except for the Dawnbreaker, who currently has the gold. That graph is massive. Look at that. It's just undulating up and down. Yamson also has buyback available, but he's not going to have the gold anytime soon. Looks like he's saving up for that Ags as well. Has 4 of 5 components. Buys the entire thing. He wants to keep boots in his bag. Just 2 value. Possible Roshan respawn coming up. Oh, let's see. Over under. I want to say immediate respawn.
Okay, it's gonna be late as hell.
Late as hell. All right, late as hell taken. Immediate taken. Ah, a little closer to me, but that doesn't get the win.
As a wash.
Yeah. You know, I think if you call it on the dot or the immediate one, that's 10 points.
Okay. I'll be keeping my eyes peeled tomorrow.
I've got 3 series tomorrow, folks. So I know you're on the edge of your seat now, but I'm gonna have you wanting more, and you will have the opportunity. Join Kips and myself back on the stream tomorrow. 20 seconds till Roshan. Everybody hand holding pretty tightly. Radiant might have a wave problem as we get 3 birds in the air. A resummon is available for Visage. After these 2 probably fall. Alone is up in the base currently. Okay. They think that Wildcard are crazy enough to just walk up again. Which, I mean, they are. Don't get me wrong. They'll do it, but
so much damage.
They'll think about it first. Yeah. Let's see. Plus 40 Eidolon damage now.
Yeah.
Yep. Fade is starting to see the true micro mastermind at work.
Yeah, and you're never getting any of that HP on your range racks back.
Nope. Unhealable damage.
Permanent.
Let's see. Speaking of permanent, I think your sleep schedule is going to be permanently altered after this one.
Yeah. Let's not talk about that. Never mind that. 'Cause you're saying we've got 3 series tomorrow. My voice.
Yeah. You know, we'll get through this together. And
I'm starting to sound like I've smoked like 4 packs of cigarettes.
You're going to be the sisters from The Simpsons. If you're familiar.
By this time tomorrow, yes.
All right, so 6 minutes away from Tier 5 items. We do have a Roshan respawn. Flare strikes the pit, so both teams most likely aware. As Alone is going in the trees. Yeah. And another bounty. Refresher shard, cheese, Aegis, and a banner at the ready. And oh man. They are gonna bring it down very quickly. Puts Wukong's command trying to read the gate play coming out. But
Roshan has
Wildcard just
fallen
know
to
it's
the ground.
far too perilous.
Yeah.
Enter
Last
the
time
portal.
they actually made the play, they had vision on the other side of that portal. This time they do not.
Yeah. That was also the game they lost. So I think that might be fresh in their
Yeah.
mind.
Oh man. Yamson, buddy. Oh pal.
He's insane. The guy-
That's not a moment to solo walk up and
no.
take a watcher.
No, it is not.
Really is not.
All right, another Tormentor. Gonna go the way of the Radiant here. About 300 gold in your bags, 280. Gets you a little closer to buyback. Right now, Double King's still the only hero in the game with it. Whether
Yeah,
it
but
be
not
through
for long.
time or... Yeah, Yamson 1k behind. Monkey
Got
will
20
have it.
seconds.
Enigma soon. Yeah. Everyone's just waiting for their next one. Do you think they're waiting for next buyback and tier 5 items?
Dire are scanning.
I'm not sure if you want to wait for tier 5s necessarily, just because if you don't roll well enough and the enemy rolls everything they ever wanted, that's
The
going to be a
gameplay
problem.
changes. And I mean, it's already been almost 20 minutes since the last tier of neutral items was introduced, so it's like you know what you've been dealing with. You're kind of established in the now, in the knowing of what's around you. So another branch from that. Oh no. Alone. Going on to fade with the Sword Guardian coming in. Gonna go for the burst down immediately. He does have buyback, but they found Yamson as well. Has the PKB active, but the Basher coming in. Gets B-God down. Dawnbreaker not able to stun through this debuff immunity. Yamson trying to get to the outskirts of this. Pops the Satanic. A heal with the stun range. Adding up. Alone goes down with the Aegis. Will be
Rapier
respawned.
on the floor?
Yamson down with the Rapier on the floor. Fade pulling in one. And it's the biggest monkey of them all. King Kong has fallen. Yamson coming back to the fray. Wants to claim his Rapier. This damn pesky cloud on the Visage. Where your aura is now. We're going to bring you down. Fade chasing on the right side with a shot in on the
DK has a
left.
Rapier.
Cloud survives it all.
He's gonna die.
Double King with the Rapier goes down to the
Back
sun.
for that.
Put a little sunscreen on next time, buddy.
Oh, that's it. That's the game.
Es el juego. It might just be the game. You got 2 left, Alone and Marcy, sitting in a tree. Let's see if they can save this game.
That was it. All of those. The moment that meant to be starts buybacking in a position where they cannot TP back in, it's done.
Yeah, and
Radiant are
I'm
scanning.
beginning to wonder if travel 2s are the play on more of your heroes in these late game situations, if you need to plan ahead for the game state. They're hunting. Oh my god, he's hitting that Shiva's guard like he knows he wants him. What do you think, Kips? Do they go Megas or threaten tier 4s? You have no black hole.
You finish. You finish
All
unless you're
Dire's
that
middle
afraid
tower
of
is under
Alone.
attack.
All right, Lena with the amplified damage rune, TPing in. He got
Dire's
to
middle
match.
tower has fallen.
Rapier. Amp damage rune. It is looking dangerous here. Monkey King's in. No black hole. Fade walking out of the command. Bignum in. They get the banner down. He's no longer invulnerable here. But Yamson hitting the Ancient. Chainfrost bouncing. Monkey King gets the mischief. He's dead. Fortification buying a little more time, but 5 dead heroes for the Dire. And it's just simply not meant to be. Wildcard. Take the victory. Win the series 2-1. Just shy of 1 minute of tier 5. I knew it was going to be a banger.
I mean, I thought it could be close.